winter is upon us, and the boys of Caribou County have divided their attention between the mats and the hardwood. Tonight, we put our focus onto the basketball court for another thrilling edition of Caribou County basketball. It doesn't matter if you put on the red and black of Soda Springs, the red and gray of Grace, or the purple of North Gem. When it comes to Caribou County basketball, the Bear is colorblind in its coverage, bringing you every dive into the bench, every shot from the outside, and every pass to the paint, as the boys of the county fight, scratch, and claw their way towards the hope of an appearance at the state tournament. It's boys basketball in Caribou County right now on KBRV 800 The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com. Sports on KBRV are brought to you by Sanders Furniture, Reed's Plumbing and Heating, Monsanto, Silver Star Communications, and by Cook Brothers Broadcasting. Now, let's turn our attention to the court as we send it to the voice of Caribou County, Caleb Burgraff.
And welcome out once again to another edition of Soda Springs Cardinals basketball as the boys of Soda taking on Westside and the Pirates in their second District 5 matchup of the season. And this game should be a good one, as these two teams, both the only remaining undefeated teams in District 5 play, as Bear Lake is now 2-1 in the district. Soda Springs 1-0 after the game against Aberdeen got postponed until February 1st. And of course, this Westside Pirates team is 2-0 coming into this game. And the Cardinals are looking to try and beat Westside for the third straight time after losing to them 3 straight times to start out the regular season last year and to open up the District 5 tournament. The Soda Springs Cardinals came back in the tournament and were able to beat the Pirates in the championship game and then in the if necessary game to come away with a berth in the state championship games, in which they were able to ride that all the way into the state championship game where they lost in the final minutes there. So you can say it's a rivalry, you can say it's just a hate match. It is these two teams, is the final message is they just do not like each other when they take out there onto the court to battle out these games. And it should be, again, a very fun contest to watch and a very heated matchup. The crowd already starting to fill up the arena here at the home of Westside and the Pirates, and we're excited as well. The JV game on the court at the moment, it is a 48-42 lead for the Westside Pirates. In the C-team game earlier, Westside won 53-46 coming from behind to take down Soda Springs and the C-team Cardinals. The JV team trying to rebound and make their way forward in this game to give themselves a 1-1 record in the night before taking on the varsity contest. We'll take a break. When we come back, we have plenty more coming up for you, including our standout student brought to you by Caribou Motor Rewind, as well as our interview with Coach Tyler Brown of the Westside Pirates and Dylan Downs of the Soda Springs Cardinals, who is a JV Cardinal out there on the court who plays swing time on the varsity level as well. We'll take a break, come back with more after this on KBRV 800 The Bear and online with live video streaming at mylocalradio.com.
There's an organization in southeast Idaho whose wildlife conservation efforts have been commended by the Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation, the Idaho Fish and Wildlife Foundation, and the North American Moose Foundation. Who is this organization? It's Monsanto. While Monsanto is honored by the recognition they receive, their ongoing dedication to the environment is its own reward for all of us. Monsanto. Imagine.
Today, my new dad and I shot off a rocket in the park.
Today, my new son and I failed to shoot off a rocket.
The rocket launched into the air.
And then crashed into the pond.
I'll never forget that day.
I'll never forget that day, even if I tried.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of kids in foster care will take you just as you are. For more information on how you can adopt, visit adoptuskids.org. A public service announcement from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
Here's a look at your Lalaton's food specials for the week of January 21st through the 27th in Soda Springs. They're having a Big Brands Big Deals special where you can get yourself cans of Campbell's tomato or chicken noodle soup for just 99 cents each. Or grab yourself 5 packs of Top Ramen for $1. And you can get 5 dozen Oakdale medium eggs for $4.69. And to wrap it all up with dessert, Fig Newtons and Oreos are just $2.99 a pack. That's all your specials for this week at Lalaton's in Soda Springs.
Would your business survive a disaster? Nearly 2/3 of businesses aren't prepared for an emergency, and 40% of businesses that experience a disaster never recover. Make an emergency plan now before it's too late. For a free online tool that helps you develop an emergency plan to keep your business up and running should disaster strike, Visit ready.gov/business. Brought to you by the Federal Emergency Management Agency, the American Red Cross, and the Ad Council.
We're back here at the home of the West Side Pirates. The JV Cardinals trailing West Side on the court right now with just about 2 minutes left in the game, 52-42, as Coach Brent Erickson calling a timeout and talking to his squad on the near sideline. Couple of quick scoring updates from around the county. The Grace Grizzlies girls basketball team is able to finally get their first District 5 win of the season, or High Desert Conference win of the season, I should say, as they take down Butte County on the road 42-39 tonight. They move to 1-2 in District 5 play, and a chance still to possibly host that first round game if things fall the way that they hope to. We'll have a hopeful score of the boys game as things continue to roll on. The Soda Springs wrestling team also is in action tonight. They're taking on the Aberdeen Duels. They lost to Kimberly in their opening duel 36-39, so a very close match there for the Soda Springs wrestlers, and then they took on Filer and beat them 64-28 out on the mats as well. So the Soda Springs wrestling team 1-1 for the time being at the Aberdeen Duels. We'll keep you updated on any more matches that they have coming up here this evening as well. We'll keep you updated with all the sports and scores, and of course you can always go to our Facebook page or to mylocalradio.com/Soda Springs to find out all of the information you need to hear about the county sports as well as news stories as well. We have about 1 minute and 51 seconds to go here in this game between the Soda Springs Cardinals and the West Side Pirates on the JV game. We'll take a look now at our standout student, though, brought to you by Caribou Motor Rewind. We're going to be sitting down and talking with senior Wyatt Smith. We'll be back with his words right after this on this presentation of Soda Springs Cardinals basketball on KBRV 800 The Bear and online with live video streaming at mylocalradio.com.
For the past 32 years, the team at Caribou Motor Rewind has been specializing in pumps and electric motors, including domestic pumps for house wells. Offering parts and service, they have everything you need. The team at Caribou Motor Rewind thanks everyone in southeastern Idaho for your business and congratulates area high school students on their hard work and dedication to schoolwork and to sports. Caribou Motor Rewind, 198 North Hooper, Soda Springs. Stop in today.
Caleb Burgraff here with senior Wyatt Smith from Soda Springs High School. And Wyatt, how has your senior year been going for you so far?
I'd say pretty good. It's not my hardest year, but still it has to be done. So
you have those last couple months left now. Last semester of high school, you getting the senioritis a little bit yet, or are you able to battle that off so far?
It's there, but I'm still just working hard in school like I always have.
Talk a little bit about some of the classes that you're taking this semester. What's the last semester got in store for you?
This semester, I'm taking a stats class from Mr. Murray. That's probably one of my favorite, going through statistics and whatnot. I'm in senior English. I'm taking a Spanish class. I'm in an online career, I think it's a career planning. Other than that, those are the classes I'm in this semester.
You talked about stats as your favorite class. Has math always been something that really you enjoy doing, and what kind of draws you to your favorite subjects here at the school?
Definitely math has been something that I've always enjoyed through school. Mr. Murray's really passionate about it, so it really makes it just funner than normal. It just makes math easier.
When you talk about Mr. McMurray, the teachers always help out when you're in a classroom, making the class a little bit more fun. Is he your favorite teacher, or are there other teachers that you've really enjoyed taking classes with?
He's probably been one of my favorites. I really liked Horsley a few years ago, but I haven't had any senior classes with him. But yeah, McMurray, just all his energy and passion towards the subject makes it a good time.
Looking outside of that, you ran cross country this year. Are you going to be doing track in the spring? And are there any other things that you like to do around the school that help out after school?
Yeah, I'm planning on doing track in the spring and starting up earlier and just getting prepared for it and whatnot.
You are one of the members of the state champion cross country team. Are you hoping to possibly try and get that state championship in track as well with the team championship? And what events do you do in track?
State championship is always right there. And our track team, we've struggled in the past, but still, working on my events is what I can do to help the team out. And probably some events I'll stick with is just the 400 meters and all the relays and then the 300 hurdles.
Obviously, being a senior, the next step's right around the edge. First of all, are you nervous for it? And second of all, you chose Utah State. What was kind of behind choosing Utah State as the next step for you?
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for the next step. Utah State has always kind of been a college that my family's been interested in, but my dad graduated from there, so I've always kind of liked it. I love the student section. I love the campus. So
before, family ties always help when you're choosing a university.
and it always helps me know the place a little bit better. Before that, though, you're going to be going on a mission. You obviously can't choose where to go, but what would be the place in the world that you would want to go to if you could choose?
Haven't even thought about that really, but I'll just go where I'm told. So
we'll wrap it up with this, Wyatt. Your time here at Soda Springs, what's been your favorite thing about being a Soda Springs Cardinal when you come into these doors?
Definitely kind of the legacy I left behind. I love running across and just being around in the school building and being in the halls. Yeah, I'll never forget any of my experiences here. So,
well, Wyatt, thank you so much for taking the time. Congratulations on being a standout student here, and good luck in your last semester at Soda Springs High School.
All right, thank you.
That was senior Wyatt Smith of the Soda Springs Cardinals, as he is taking the winter months off from sports, but is a cross-country runner for the Cardinals in the fall, and is going to be a senior runner for the cross-country the Soda Springs track team when the spring rolls around as well. Here we have under a minute left to play in the JV game between the Cardinals and the West Side Pirates. And with that, we will just give you a little bit of a look at what is going on between these two teams right now as the final seconds will tick off. It looks like West Side is content with trying to let the final time tick off of the clock here and kind of allow the Cardinals to leave with only a 9-point loss, just really letting time milk down, and the Cardinals not necessarily fouling as well, as they're just going to let the Pirates move the ball around the outside. They are going to contest them, hoping to try and force a turnover, but the final 23 seconds ticking off as well, as they're going to force the issue. Move it over to the right side wing. Will the Pirates hold the ball there for a moment before moving up to the half-court line? Now they pass it to the near side where it's going to be taken by Branson Hatch. Hatch passes the ball off to one more man on the West Side Pirates. They'll flip the ball to the official, and the final score of the JV game is a 53-44 win for the Pirates. And so the Soda Springs Cardinals varsity team is going to be hoping to try and change the luck of the Cardinals here on the road at the Pirates, something they have not been able to do in the recent past, losing both games to the Pirates the last time that they were here last year in the district tournament, as well as losing the year before on the road to the Pirates as well. So the Soda Springs Cardinals will be looking to try and change their fortunes here at Westside. When we come back, there's plenty more to come on the pregame show. Again, an interview with Tyler Brown, the head coach of the Pirates, as well as a sit-down chat with Dylan Downs, a junior member of the Soda Springs Cardinals who was out there on the JV court and will be swinging up to the varsity level as well once we come back after this 2-minute break on KBRV 800 The Bear and online with live video streaming at mylocalradio.com.
mylocalradio.com is Southwest Wyoming and Northeast Utah's top website and the best source for local area news, weather, sports, and community events. And that's not all. MyLocalRadio.com features thousands of photographs of Wyoming and Utah high school events, from speech and drama competitions to local events, sports and activities, and much more. Check it out today and see what MyLocalRadio.com has for you.
Hi, this is John Ondrasik of Five for Fighting, here for RAD, the entertainment industry's voice for road safety. You know, style is a personal thing, and your lifestyle is your business. But if you take it on the road, it becomes everybody's business. So please, plan ahead, designate before you celebrate. Friends, don't let friends drive drunk.
A public service announcement brought to you by RAD, the National Association of Broadcasters, and the Ad Council.
Cattlemen have a code of ethics. Live each day with courage. Take pride in your work. Always finish what you start. Do what has to be done. Be tough but fair. When you make a promise, keep it. Ride for the brand. Talk less and say more. Remember that some things aren't for sale, and know where to draw the line. The folks at Mound Valley Cattle Company in Thatcher, Idaho are proud of the students at Grace High School, investing in the leaders of tomorrow. The Mound Valley Cattle Company, 208-339-0614.
It may be hard to believe, but people just like you are already saving money. FeedThePig.org makes it easy. Their simple savings plan teaches you how to start saving without going overboard. So you don't need to start foraging wild berries.
I was skeptical, but these are actually pretty good.
You don't need to sell your soul to the devil.
$15 is the best I can do.
You just need FeedThePig.org. Don't get left behind. Get tips and tools at FeedThePig.org. Brought to you by the American Institute of CPAs and the Ad Council.
Welcome back out to the home of the Westside Pirates, an 8-5 basketball team that is 2-0 in District 5 play entering this contest tonight, and a ball game that should be a very strong contest to look out for on the court between these two sides that are, I don't say eager to face off against each other, but definitely two teams that look forward to these matchups every single year, as they're always two of the teams at the top of the district, along with the Bear Lake Bears that are always competing for those two spots to make it into the state championships or that state play-in game. Tyler Brown, the head coach of the Westside Pirates, had a chance to sit down and talk with us about how his team is looking this year, and we'll talk with him right now on KPRV 800 The Bear and online with live video streaming at mylocalradio.com.
Caleb Burgraff here on the pregame show with Coach Tyler Brown from the Westside Pirates. And Coach, the games are really getting to the point where they matter at this point in time. The out-of-district stuff is over. In-district stuff is here. And both you and Soda are kind of looking at the same story, a tough out-of-district schedule, but you started out well in district play. What have been your thoughts on the way that the team's coming around now that the big games are happening?
Well, as much experience we had from last year, I thought we'd be doing a little bit better. And, it depends on the moment of the game. I mean, sometimes you look real good, sometimes you look real bad, but that's just how I guess basketball is. But it should be a pretty good matchup tonight. I think that we can at least hopefully play with Soda at our home court. They're a very good team. I thought they'd be down a little bit this year from losing what they had, but it seems like they picked up where they always have, and it seems like they're shooting the ball a little bit better than they have. So Greg's done a wonderful job with them, and I'm sure they'll give us all we can handle, if not more. So we'll try to give them a game and hopefully come away with at least give them a game tonight.
Looking at what you have on the team, outside of Joshua King and outside of your son Peyton Brown, what else are some of the kids that you've really seen step up? Because those are the two everybody knows about when you look at Westside. Who are some of the other kids that you've been impressed with?
Yeah, well, when Peyton and Josh have been started for 3 years now, so everybody should know them. We got Shaler Thane. He's been with us a couple years now. He's our point guard. Does a real good job running the offense. Riley Long's a senior, too, that comes in and plays hard and plays great defense. And then we got Judd Ward, who's been a post player for a couple years, too. So, we got a lot of experience out there, and that's the thing that we should be playing a little bit better. But, give other teams we played credit. They've done a real good job against us, and hopefully we can just play a little better each game, and hopefully by February we're playing real well.
Soda Springs is a team that really likes to push the pace when they're out there on the court, likes those high-scoring, quick games that can sometimes cause a lot of turnovers. What do you do to combat that, or is that something that you like as well when it comes to putting your kids out on the court?
No, I like to run too, but our kids don't seem to want to run very much. So, yeah, if they want to run, let's get in a track meet and see. We got all these track banners up here. Let's see if it does anything for us. But, no, we tried to run. I tried to get the kids to run a little bit more, and it seems like we don't run near enough. So, but, yeah, we definitely got to stop the Myers kid and those kids when they get out. They're very quick with the ball, and they're very good. So, we'll try to stop them from doing that. But on the other hand, we want to try to get out and go a little bit too and so forth. But, we'll just go how the game's going and see how it's going. Hopefully we're hitting a few shots, and that'll be the key right there if we can make a few baskets and limit them from making a few.
We'll wrap it up on this question, Coach. This one's going to be a tough one to swallow because we got to bring up last year. They beat you in the last 2 games of the season in order to get that district championship and put you guys into the play-in game. That had to have left a little bit of a bitter taste in your mouth, and also a lot of the seniors that were on the team last year. Do you think that's going to be good motivation for tonight if they need any extra motivation in what's already a rivalry game?
Well, I mean, going into the season, they should have known that they came up short again. This is 2 years in a row we've lost to Soda, and we had to go to the play-in game, and we've lost that. So, they should have a little bit of motivation. I mean, we got newer kids, but everybody knows what's going on, and they should have that motivation, but we don't bring that up as all, because if I have to bring that up to get them motivated to play Soda, something's wrong with the kids. So, no, we'll just go out and play hard and hopefully play our best, and hopefully that's good enough.
Coach Brown, thank you so much again for the time, and good luck to you guys tonight. Hopefully we see another good game between the two sides.
Yeah, thank you.
That's Coach Tyler Brown of the the Westside Pirates, getting set to take on the Soda Springs Cardinals here tonight. I want to remind you that this game is being brought to you by Caribou Memorial Hospital, where you will find a qualified, happy, and fun staff working with doctors who have a real interest in your well-being. They also have a large network of specialists and surgeons working in state-of-the-art surgical facilities and feature on-site rehabilitation services to ensure you have a comfortable and timely recovery. Caribou Memorial Hospital Living Center and clinics at 300 South 3rd West in Soda Springs. We'll take another break, come back on the other side. Dylan Downs, a member of the Cardinals basketball team, will join us here on KBRV 800 The Bear and mylocalradio.com.
Whether or not you like winter, winter is upon us. There has never been a better time to convert to natural gas. Make this winter more comfortable and warm with a natural gas Lennox furnace from Reed's Plumbing and Heating in Soda Springs. The temperature outside doesn't matter. Keep your family cozy for years to come. For a new natural gas furnace, service on your existing furnace, or an in-home consultation, visit Reed's Plumbing and Heating today. 180 South 3rd East, next to the overpass. Reed's Plumbing and Heating. Natural gas worth asking for.
Whoa.
The moment my son saw a redwood tree.
It's huge!
Is the moment I knew that for him,
You can't even see the top of that thing.
even the sky has no limit.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org. Learn about forests near you and discover cool things to do when you go. Your moment is out there. Find it at discovertheforest.org.
Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
One stop and get everything on your list. Gas, groceries, fresh deli items, lottery tickets, and all your fish and game licenses. Patterson Quick Stop in Soda Springs is locally owned and open 7 days a week. You can check the daily lunch specials every Monday through Friday on the Patterson Quick Stop Facebook page. When you need it quick, get it at Patterson Quick Stop in Soda Springs, 111 North Hooper. Go Cardinals!
Listen, as a hiring manager, I've got to tell you, the best job candidate isn't always the typical candidate. Sometimes they're a grad of life.
Meet the grads of life. Young adults of unique determination and experience. An ideal fit for your company in an entry-level position, internship, or mentorship. They might not have every qualification you typically look for, but they're exactly who your company needs.
Sometimes the best candidates aren't the ones you're used to.
Go to gradsoflife.org to learn how to find, cultivate, and train this great pool of untapped talent. Brought to you by the Ad Council and gradsoflife.org.
Welcome back into our pregame show. Not a lot of time, only 3.5 minutes left before the opening tip between these two teams and starting lineups. Let's chat with Dylan Downs of the Soda Springs Cardinals, as he is a JV starter and a bench player that really plays a lot of key minutes for Soda Springs here on KBRV 800 The Bear and online with live video streaming at mylocalradio.com.
Caleb Burgraff here with Dylan Downs from the Soda Springs basketball team. And Dylan, the season for you guys, after you had a really tough out-of-district schedule, you guys got your first win against Malad. How big was it, not just to get a win against Malad, but also to get a very handy win against them, taking them down by 50 points?
I think it put some confidence in us to take on the next teams in our district, and we just got to keep working hard in practice, and then if we play our game, I think we can compete with these other teams.
Listening to the coaches, it sounded like the Monday practice went really, really well for you guys. Does it give you guys a little bit of extra energy when the coaches tell you that you had a little bit of an extra push in those practices?
Oh yeah, for sure. When they say we're not doing a very good job and stuff like that, it kind of brings us down a little bit, and it does make us want to work harder, but when they say we have an excellent practice, then it really helps us out and puts some confidence in us.
You're one of the JV players who swings up to varsity on this team, but you get a lot of good minutes out there, playing some good minutes in both the first half and the second half of the varsity games. What exactly do you picture your role as on that team, being one of those swing players?
I just got to be confident and get out there and play just like any other guys. I got to work hard and be just as good as anybody else out there.
You're coming off of a knee injury early on in football season, ended up getting that hurt. It's tough to get back into shape, especially when you don't really have a lot of chance to work in the off season, especially in those early football games or even just going into basketball season. How close are you to being back into game shape that you'd like to be in?
I think I'm a couple games away. I feel like I can be in a lot better shape, really. Missing football season really put me down since I didn't get to play. I was really excited for that, but being back and playing again is giving me some energy to push it and get back in shape.
This week you guys get Aberdeen, a team that doesn't really get a chance to travel with a lot of fans here at your home gym. First home game. How are the nerves going to be for this game? How is the intensity going to be for this game for not just you, but for the team, do you think?
I think with them not having a big crowd coming, I think that'll give us some confidence, because when big crowds come and play, it definitely puts an impact on you. When the crowd's screaming and everything, you tend to miss shots and everything. So I think with our crowd there cheering us on, it'll be good.
After that, you get Westside. This one is a rivalry game on the road at their place, and what's a very interesting gym to play at, because it gets very quiet at that gym and not necessarily the raucous atmosphere that you get at, say, at Bear Lake or even over at a Malad. What do you guys need to do to take down Westside, which really is one of your biggest competitors when it comes to taking that district title?
We got to work hard in practice. We got to just just go down there and play our game, and I think we can compete with them.
Wrap it all up with this question. Early district rounds, when you go through those first 4 games, it really sets the tone for the second half of district play. How important is it, not necessarily to sweep this first round of district play, but to give yourselves a really good showing in those first few games?
I think it shows other teams what we can do, and that we can win, and we can really work hard and compete with all these teams that want to compete with us, so we just got to play our best.
Dylan, thanks so much for the time. Good luck to you guys as you get ready for Aberdeen and the Tigers, and hopefully we'll have another win on the Soda Springs record.
Yep, thank you.
Live life comfortably in your new cozy Lazy Boy recliner, sofa, couch, or love seat. With a huge selection to choose from, you'll find the right one for you at Sanders Furniture and Appliances in Soda Springs. If you've been dreaming of brand new kitchen appliances like refrigerators, ranges, microwaves, and chest freezers, you'll be able to find top brands like Whirlpool, Amana, and Maytag. Visit Sanders Furniture and Appliances in Soda Springs. Come find what you're looking for. Sanders Furniture, 148 South Main, Soda Springs.
This year, firefighters will battle thousands of wildfires around the country in hopes of containing them. But a single ember that escapes can travel more than 1 mile, where it can ignite and destroy your home or community. You can't control where the ember will land, only what happens when it does. Prepare, protect, prevail. Get fire adapted. Learn simple steps you could take now to reduce wildfire damage later at fireadapted.org. A public service message brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council. Learn more at fireadapted.org.
It's so pretty here.
Katie's away at college,
There's the library.
but she can still be close to her mom back home. Travis is working on a big report. High-speed internet puts a world of information at his fingertips. Silver Star Communications provides connections that help students learn and keep families close, even when they're miles apart. Get your family in touch and informed with high-speed internet from Silver Star Communications. Call today or visit silverstar.com.
Would your business survive a disaster? Nearly 2/3 of businesses aren't prepared for an emergency, and 40% of businesses that experience a disaster never recover. Make an emergency plan now, before it's too late. For a free online tool that helps you develop an emergency plan to keep your business up and running should disaster strike, visit ready.gov/business. Brought to you by the Federal Emergency Management Agency, the American Red Cross, and the Ad Council.
Here's a look at your Lalaton's food specials for the week of January 21st through the 27th in Soda Springs. They're having a Big Brands Big Deals special where you can get yourself cans of Campbell's tomato or chicken noodle soup for just 99 cents each. Or grab yourself 5 packs of Top Ramen for $1. And you can get 5 dozen Oakdale medium eggs for $4.69. And to wrap it all up with dessert, Fig Newtons and Oreos are just $2.99 a pack. That's all your specials for this week at Lalaton's in Soda Springs.
National anthem just wrapping up here at Westside as the Soda Springs Cardinals getting set to take on the Westside Pirates. We have more scoring updates coming up for you from around the wrestling mats. But before we get going too close into that, we look at our starting lineups tonight, brought to you by Bear Lake Memorial Hospital Home Health. And we look at the Westside Pirates first. They're going to be led by senior 5'7", number 3, Shaler Thane. Wrapping it up after him at number 10, 5'10", senior Riley Long. Number 12 is 6'2", senior Judd Ward. Number 13 is 6'2", senior Peyton Brown, who has been a 3-year starter for the Westside Pirates. And the other 3-year starter for the Westside Pirates, number 24, maybe their most diligent and most deadly weapon, is number 24, 6'5", senior Joshua King. On the other side for the Soda Springs Cardinals, they're going to be seeing the same lineup that we've seen all year long from them. Number 2 is 6' senior Tanner Myers. Number 3, 5'11", senior Josh Balls. Number 10 is 5'11", junior Ridge Thompson, an outside specialist for the Cardinals that is deadly in the early going of games and has always been known to get the Cardinals off to a very quick start when he's been on the court. After him, number 20 is 6'4", junior Will Sims, and wrapping it all up, the Henry Workman standout, number 23, 6'4", sophomore for the Cardinals on the court. Cardinals will be wearing their road black uniforms, red trim with white highlights around the red and numbers, with arrows bumping up each of the sides. And on the other side, Westside wearing their home whites with maroon numbers and yellow highlights around that. Cardinals working from left to right to left, and the Pirates working from left to right. Those are your starting lineups, brought to you by Bear Lake Memorial Hospital Home Health. The opening tip brought to you by the 3C Grill in Grace, burgers, pizza, and barbecue. And don't forget, the 3C Grill caters as well. The two sides shaking hands on the court at the time. And 8 minutes is set up on the clock as Josh King and Tanner Myers will face off against each other at the center of the circle. The ball's up. We're underway here at Westside, and the Pirates open up with possession on the opening tip by the 3C Grill and Grace. Thane goes to the far side. Peyton moves it now top of the key where Riley Long will move it back over to Shaler Thane on the left side. He drives to his left, goes baseline, floats up a teardrop and splashes it home. And the Pirates early going get on top. They're up 2-0, and the Cardinals will have to try and answer back. Full court pressure being applied. Josh Balls takes it in the backcourt. Skip pass to the near side once again by Thompson. He finds Josh right side wing. Skip pass again. Thompson, top of the key, finds an opening for three. Drops it home. The assist going to Josh Balls, and the Cardinals answer right back with a 3-ball of their own. Soda Springs takes an early lead, 3-2. Pirates go back the other way. Thane tries to drive in the corner, tries to dribble his way through before passing it up top, where it's going to be moved by Brown near side into the hands of Long. Long drives to his left. Workman guarding with him. He's going to force the turnover. A little bit of a bump, but no call by the officials as it's going to be Thompson pulling up for a deuce at the free throw line. Ridge with 5 points to open the game for the Cardinals, and Soda Springs takes the early lead. Josh King going back the other way, denied into the paint. That's Henry Workman with the block. The Cardinals came up with the rebound with Ridge Thompson. Turn it over, and the Pirates will run the court back the other way, but can't quite get it to drop down into the cylinder. Great pace here by the Cardinals, and a good start for them as well, up by 3 on your scoreboard to open this game out. Westside will be inbounding underneath their own basket. On the near side, ball's passed into Riley Long. He goes up top to Josh King. Josh takes one dribble, gives it back out to Long, who will hand this one off into the hands of Thane. He stands up near the logo now, 6 minutes and 30 seconds left to go. To his left, hands the ball off to Peyton Brown, up top once again to Long. Looks inside, fakes the pass, drives to his left, catches a screen from King. King looks for the pick and roll. Pirates are going to have it dribble off of Brown. He saves it from going into the backcourt. He goes over to his left, stands in front of the student section before backing it up near the logo himself. Josh Balls tempting him to drive as he stands at the three-point line. Peyton toots up a three, can't get it to go. Rebounded by Henry Workman. Soda will come back up the other side. Near side, Thompson passes into the corner. Balls finds Thompson again on the wing. Up top, 3-ball put up by Workman, short off the front of the rim, and Brown pulls down his first rebound of the game. To the left side wing, Brown tries to drive in, backs his man down, finds a wide open Riley Long who steps up for a three, can't find the bottom of the hoop, and a foul is going to be called underneath the basket as Will Sims goes up, pulls down the rebound, and the foul will be called on Josh King, his first personal foul, first team foul as well with 5 minutes and 44 seconds left to go. 5-2, Soda Springs up by 3 on the Pirates. Ridge Thompson gives over to Balls. Balls back to Thompson. The two of them will pass it up the court. Tanner Myers going back to Ridge. Almost throws it away. Ridge avoids the double team by finding Workman. He gives a skip pass and a tip pass in from Sims. Finds Tanner Myers driving to the hoop. And the Cardinals are going to be stepping to the line as Shaler Thane gets his first foul. And Tanner Myers will step to the free throw line for the first time tonight. Chance for the Cardinals to build on a 3-point lead that right now sits at 5-2. Myers, first free throw up and no good. Rolls along the rim before dropping off on the front end into the paint. And one more will come up for the senior. He toes the line. Second free throw up, that's good, and drops its way through. 6-2 lead now for the Cardinals, and the Pirates will bring the ball back the other way. Shaler Thane with the dribble, comes to the right side, bounces it off into Brown. Brown moves it around to the top of the key before they find Josh King in the post. Back outside, Riley Long thought about a three, passed it up though as Workman closed him out. Thane tries to drive in, kicks back out to Riley. Riley goes into the right side. Held onto there for a moment by Judd Ward. First time we've called his name. He's going to get it back in the near side short corner. Puts up a shot. In and out. No good. It's going to be Josh King, though, with the rebound on the offensive side. His putback is no good, though, and it's going to be Tanner Myers picking it up. Throws it away. Underneath. Brown blocked out of bounds by Tanner Myers. He was upset with himself for the turnover and then is able to block it out of bounds. And the Cardinals will go back on defense but avoid giving up the bucket and still hold on to that 4-point lead, 6-2. Thane to do the inbounding. He bounces it short side, taken there by Ward. He gives off to Thane again on the right wing. He'll bounce his way back near half court and the logo. Ridge Thompson playing guard on him right now. Handoff over near half court once again. Brown pitches the ball to the near side. Long will hold on to it on the wing. Henry Workman stands in front of him. Cardinals in a man-to-man defense as Long goes over to his left. He hands off to Thane. Thane drives right. Gets worked over into the lane, splits a double team, lays it up and in. Shaylor Thane with some fancy moves on his way to the hoop. A great drive there, and the Cardinals watch as the Pirates cut the lead down to 2 at 6-4. Ridge Thompson back the other way, finds an opening into the lane himself, puts up a teardrop short off the front of the rim. Josh King pulls down his first rebound, and it's going to be back the other way. Thane looks to drive in himself once again, kicks it outside to Long. Riley steps into the hoop, picks up his dribble, passes it outside to Ward, gives to King across the lane. His shot up and no good, pulls down the offensive board, fouled on the way up on the putback, and Josh King will be stepping to the line now this time. The foul is going to be called on Henry Workman, his first. And Josh King stepping to the line for 2 free throws, chance to tie this game up halfway through the first quarter of play. 6-4 the score sits, and King's first free throw is nothing but net on the way through. 6-5 now. Score sits as Kyle Olson will check into the game for the Cardinals. And Workman will take a seat on the bench. Second free throw up. That's good as well. Joshua King 2 for 2. 2 points in the game with 3 rebounds. And the Cardinals will walk it forward again. Trap defense being set up by the Pirates as Ridge Thompson will almost bring it across half court. Finds Tanner Myers at the top of the key. Back to Thompson. Back to Myers. The two of them play catch on the right side wing. Thompson takes it in the right corner. Dribbles to his left. Kicks it back out to Myers. Now bounce pass up top to Olson, who just keeps his dribble before handing off to Thompson near the logo. 3 minutes, 33 seconds to go. Ridge looks to his right. Feeds it to Myers. Gets an off-ball screen from Sims before Sims takes the pass near the top of the key. He floats the pass over to Thompson, or Myers, who gives it to Thompson, I should say. Thompson to his left will try and drive in, and a foul's going to be called as Judd Ward, playing a little bit too tight to Ridge, is going to be called for the quick violation. First foul on Ward, and the Cardinals will inbound the basketball into the backboard. Ridge Thompson will bring it forward, crosses the half-court stripe before passing it to Josh Balls on the left wing. Josh holds it there, gives off to Thompson, looks inside, finds a cutting balls underneath the hoop, blocked from behind though, as it's going to be loose on the ground after the block. Balls picks it up, lays it up and in. Westside with their first turnover after Peyton Brown could not quite control the basketball, and the Cardinals will jump up to an 8-6 lead on Josh Ball's court awareness. 8-6, 2 minutes and 50 seconds to go. To the left side, Peyton Brown takes the ball in the wing. Up top, Ward feeds it over to Long. Brown tries to drive into the lane, gets the pass back, and a foul is going to be called in the corner. Josh Balls is going to be in too tight on Peyton Brown as the two of them get tangled up, and Josh picks up his first foul, the second team foul on the Cardinals. Hiram Brown and Will Kress will check back into the game as Tanner Myers and Josh Balls will take a seat onto the bench. 2 minutes and 42 seconds to go. 8-6 your score here, as the ball is going to be bounced down on the baseline. Pass back up top, taken by Long, holds it on the left wing. Uses his dribble, gives off to Joshua King. His short jumper from 15 feet, no good. And Kyle Olson pulls down his first rebound of the game. Ridge Thompson stops and pops one up from NBA range. Will Kress right there for the offensive board. Too lazy, a little bit lazy, I should say, on the putback, and cannot quite find it as he got a little bit lackadaisical on the reverse layup. And the ball goes out of bounds on the rebound attempt, with Westside taking over possession and 2:21 left to go on the scoreboard. First quarter of play, Cardinals up 8-6. Josh King with the ball, gives it up top to Long. That's Ward. He'll step into the free throw line, pump fake, gets Sims into the air, finds Brown underneath the basket. Count the bucket and the foul as Brown got his defender into the air, and we'll see who they call the foul on. It goes on Hiram Brown, and if there's one thing that Hiram Brown has definitely struggled with so far this year, he does tend to leave his feet a lot of the time whenever he gets stuck there into the paint. Josh King is going to come over to the bench, taking a little bit of a seat and a breather, as into the game for him checks Tyler Meek, the big-bodied 6'3" senior, and Henry Workman will check into the game for Will Sims as well. 3 team fouls on the Cardinals, 3 on the Pirates, all knotted up at 8 with 2:09 to go, and Peyton Brown a chance to give his squad the lead. Free throw up, free throw no good by the Pirates senior. He's going to get the rebound, though, as it dribbles out beyond the three-point line, and he'll slow the pace down in front of the student section. Looks over to the bench, gets the play, calls it out to the team before coming to his left. Now drives, catches a screen, pass flip to the corner to Thane. He'll pass up on a shot, now drives in, puts up a short jumper. That's no good. Rebounded by Henry Workman. He's going to file that one in, but then turns it over, and the Pirates will turn it right back over to the Cardinals as a little bit of a scrum for the ball will result in Soda bringing it forward. Olsen throws the ball away and is shoved to the ground. No call by the officials. And the Pirates will take over on the fourth Soda Springs turnover as the near side Thane lines up a triple, can't get it to go. Rebound underneath the basket by Warden. A foul is going to be called underneath the hoop. And we'll see who they're going to call it on. They'll be on the floor, and I believe the Pirates are going to be the one who is going to take the foul. It goes on to Hiram Brown. Hiram picks up his second. And Greg Bergholm calling out to his team, making sure everyone's okay, calling out the play as the Pirates are going to be inbounding the basketball from underneath their own hoop. Brown will stay into the game as Josh Balls checks back out onto the court as both himself as well as Henry Workman, the only starters on the court for the Cardinals. To the near side, Long fakes a pass to his left, picks up his dribble, travels with the ball, and turns it over to the Cardinals as the Pirates can't take advantage of the foul underneath the hoop. And with 1 minute and 19 seconds to go, Soda Springs will get to come back the other way. Josh Balls taking the point, comes up the court, walks to his right, crosses the timeline, puts on the Jets, goes into the corner, and a blocking foul is going to be called against the Cardinals as Hiram Brown sets a moving screen and turns it back over to the Pirates once again. The offensive foul resulting in the 5th turnover of the game, and I believe that will probably do it for Hiram Brown, who will take a seat onto the bench with a very frustrated look on his face as Will Sims checks back into the matchup. 1 minute and 12 seconds to go, and the Pirates to bring it forward, working left to right in the white jerseys with the maroon trim. Ball bounced to the near side. Brown goes up top. Ball is swung to Riley Long. He'll pass up a three himself. Thane takes it top of the key. He launches a triple. That's no good off the back iron. Henry Workman can't corral the rebound, and a smart move by Josh King to throw it off of Workman saves the possession for the Pirates. And that's why when you go up for a rebound, you got to pull it down strong. Make sure you get both hands on it in order to keep anything like that from happening. Thane to inbound the basketball. Waits for somebody on his team to move and break open. He'll float it into King. In the paint, puts up a shot. Drew the contact himself, so he's not necessarily going to get the foul call. And Workman pulls down the board for his third, this time securing it cleanly. 46 seconds to go. Kress drives baseline. He gets double teamed down there, dives to the court, and he's going to turn it over as he turns it over on the baseline. I thought it might have been a travel at first that turned it over, but instead they're going to say that he caught the ball in the line. Either way, it was going to end up in the hands of the Pirates, and with 42 seconds to go, Westside will get to bring it forward again with Thane taking the dribble. He's been in the game for all 8 minutes so far, as have most of the Pirates starters. The only two that have been taking rest right now have been some of their posts. As Brown takes it underneath, goes under the hoop, pitches a pass into the paint, underneath, back pass to Tyler Meek, who lays it in on a beautiful assist by Brown. And coming back the other way, the Pirates are going to foul as the Cardinals look to push the pace. Riley Long picks up his first foul on that one. It'll be the team's fourth foul. And Josh Balls will get to inbound from the far sideline as Long will take a seat once again on the bench. And back into the game for him is going to be Judd Ward. Ball handed off to Josh Balls. He'll drive to his left, cuts into the lane, now passes out to Kress. He stops, pops from 10 feet, tries to bank it in. Too strong. Rebounded underneath the basket by Ward. And the Pirates have a chance to build on a 2-point lead. Pass to the near side. Thane tries to turn on the afterburners. Passes it out into the lane. Almost lost. Ward keeps possession of it. He's going to be fouled on the floor by the Cardinals. And it goes on to Will Sims for his first. And not a bad foul if you're the Cardinals there, as it stops the clock with 1.6 seconds left to go. So the Pirates need a quick shot up. And the Cardinals really just need to defend the paint tightly. Out of the game is going to check Meeks. Josh King checks back in, so the full starting lineup on the court for the Pirates as Thane gets set to inbound. Holds the ball high over his head, passes it into Brown. He'll put up a quick jumper, banks it in with the left hand. Peyton Brown gets his fourth point of the game, a big basket as well, as again we sit going to the fourth quarter of play, or second quarter of play, 12-8. The Pirates on top of the Cardinals.
Cattlemen have a code of ethics. Live each day with courage. Take pride in your work. Always finish what you start. Do what has to be done. Be tough but fair. When you make a promise, keep it. Ride for the brand. Talk less and say more. Remember that some things aren't for sale and know where to draw the line. The folks at Mound Valley Cattle Company in Thatcher, Idaho are proud of the students at Grace High School, investing in the leaders of tomorrow. The Mound Valley Cattle Company, 208-339-0614.
So, I'm a dog, and I'm kind of new to this family, but I've noticed a trend. My humans do this thing where they go around and get all my toys and hide them in this basket, but it's always the same basket, and it's always the same place, and then they act so surprised when I find them, but I'm like, hello, that's where you put it last time. Humans are the worst at hide and go seek.
A person is the best thing to happen to a shelter pet. Be that person. Adopt. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the ShelterPetProject.org.
Turnovers biting the Cardinals early on in this game as they trail 12-8. 6 turnovers in the game, though, for Soda Springs in the first quarter. Something I'm sure Coach Bergholm wants them to fix as they'll come back out onto the court with the basketball. Quick update as we get underway here. Ryrie took down the Soda Springs Wrestlers in the third duel of the afternoon, 72-6. As the Cardinals back to the action here are going to turn it over. Riley Long running the court, has it blocked out of bounds. Tanner Myers with a strong rejection underneath the baseline, tracking him down from behind. And with 7:49 to go, the 7th turnover for the Cardinals gives the Pirates a chance to inbound underneath their own basket and try and continue to build on their lead. Ball pass to Josh King on the right block, kicks it outside to Long. Pump fakes, has it poked out of his hands, but tracks it back down. Tanner Myers nearly getting called for a reach as the backside pass is going to be laid up and too strong underneath the hoop. Coming up with the miss there is Judd Ward, and Will Sims comes up with the shot, or the rebound. Tanner Myers back the other way, 3-ball just missed. Workman with the offensive board, flips one up, gets the soft touch onto the rim. Workman with a possibility of our shot of the game. Brought to you by Gem Valley Surveyors. For all your surveying needs, call Wade at 208-425-9035. Pirates back the other way with a 2-point lead, 7 minutes and 12 seconds to go. Thane takes the ball top of the key. Rich Thompson guards him and walks him around to the near side as a foul's going to be called as Josh Ball is trying to follow around on Peyton Brown. Picks up his 2nd foul. And the Cardinals will put the Pirates into this 1-and-1 bonus, and it will send Judd Ward to the free throw line for 1-and-1 free throws. 7th team foul on the Cardinals, 2nd on Josh Balls. And Ward, as I said, to the line. Right-handed free throw shooter. First free throw up and no good. Tipped up into the board. Rebounded underneath the basket. That one's going to be pulled down by Tanner Myers. Picked up by Workman. He is fouled underneath the hoop. And Peyton Brown picks up his first foul. Turns around, says something to the official as he's walking back the other side down the court. And the Cardinals will get a chance to try and tie this game up or take the lead. 12-10. Cardinals down by 2. Up the court, Rich Thompson at the top of the key, pulls up his dribble, flips it to Myers, right side wing. Inside pass picked off by Ward. Another turnover for the Cardinals as they will watch the Pirates bring it up. Brown, left side corner for 3, too strong. Rebound's going to be fought for, pulled down by Ward, fouled from behind by Josh Balls. An easy call for the officials, draped all over the defender. And that is going to give a chance to Riley Long to step forward to the hoop. No, Judd Ward will step to the hoop again after getting the rebound. And 6 minutes and 43 seconds remaining. It's his 2nd chance at 1-and-1 free throws. Free throw up and good this time. Earns one more and builds lead up to 3, 13-10. With 6:43 to go here in this big matchup between these two district rivals. Pirates 2-0. Cardinals 1-0 in District 5 play. Battle for the top spot. Whichever team wins gets it. Up into the air. The 2nd free throw. No good. Tanner Myers pulls down his 3rd rebound. Passes up ahead. Olsen just saves it from going out of bounds in the corner. Bounce pass is going to be thrown out of bounds, or kicked, by the Pirates in the corner. Judd Ward comes up with the kick. And another inbounds play comes up for the Cardinals along the baseline. Olsen to do the inbounding. Kyle looks deep. Now floats it out to Workman. A lazy pass almost picked off by King. Thrown back in bounds, and Workman falls on it out of bounds, turning it back over to the Pirates again. That's 9 turnovers for the Cardinals, now to 3 for the Pirates. And if you want to know what the difference on the scoreboard is, that is exactly it. Pirates with a chance to inbound. They'll bring it forward. Ball passed over to the left side. King flips this one off to Long, who finds Brown. Brown looks inside. He'll wait for his man to pull around. That's Quinn Fuller, who goes to the left side. Pump fake there. Shot up and rolls over the rim after a short rim was bounced by Judd Ward. That was Long. Rebounded by Workman. Sims finds it in the short corner. His jumper no good. Workman pulls down the offensive board, and a foul's going to be called on the outside. That one's going to be picked up by Josh King as his second, and will be the 16th foul on the Pirates. So King picks up his second foul with 6:08 to go in the second quarter, and that means he's going to take a seat on the bench. King not liking the call, shaking his head as he comes over towards the bench. The senior, not really one that's known to be a big talker for this Pirates team, but he will come over and take a seat as the Cardinals get to inbound. Olsen to launch it in, finds Tanner Myers deep, and it goes out of bounds as it was too high for the jumping Myers, and the Cardinals will turn it over again. That's double-digit turnovers in the first half with 6 minutes left to go in the first half. That's the big problem again for Soda Springs, and it's kind of remarkable they're still in this game by as close as they are, only down 3, 13-10. Long takes the ball, passes it through the defense, and it's going to be out of bounds, last touched by the Pirates. I thought Olsen might have gotten a fingertip on it, but the official says no, and the Cardinals get to bring it back up with under 6 going in this quarter. Over to the right side, Olsen steps up, in motion, 3 ball short off the front of the rim. Ridge Thompson pulls down the short jumper, can't get his shot to go after the offensive board, and Riley Long pulls down one for himself into the paint. Up, and Ward is going to have a travel before a jump ball, turning it back over to the Cardinals, and the home crowd not liking it, but a good call by the official. Either way, it was going to be a jump ball with possession in favor of the Pirates, so the Cardinals getting a little bit of an advantage. Cardinals to inbound. And it'll be Ridge Thompson to bring this one forward. Pass to the near side will be held onto by Olsen. He goes into the middle of the paint. Tanner Myers passes it to Thompson. Avoids turning it over out of bounds. Finds Will Sims underneath the basket. Picks up his dribble as he's double teamed and finds Workman top of the key. Workman flails the arms for a moment. Hands off to Thompson into the lane. Kick pass near side in the corner for 3. Myers can't get it to rattle down. And it's going to be picked up by Judd Ward on the defensive board. He hands off to Brown, and Peyton will bring it forward. Walks it slowly up the court, comes to the near side before handing it off, where it's taken there by Fuller. Quinn, a member of the JV team as well, passes this one off to Brown, who goes to his left, catches a screen, loses his dribble off of his own knee, and turns it back over to the Cardinals once again. That's 3 turnovers in the quarter, 3 straight by the Pirates. And with 4 minutes and 56 seconds to go, the Cardinals again will take over. Will Kress will check into the game for Soda Springs, as Tanner Myers will take a seat onto the bench. Also back into the game for the Pirates now is Shaler Thane. Peyton Brown will be the one checking out for Westside with 4 minutes and 56 seconds to go. Cardinals down by 3, 13-10. Will Chris holds onto the ball for a second. Pass into lane by Ridge Thompson. He's going to be fouled. That foul is going to be picked up this time by Tyler Meek. It'll be his first, team's 7th. And it will send Ridge Thompson to the line for 1-and-1 free throws. First free throws of the quarter for the Cardinals. They're 1 for 2 from the line so far tonight. The Pirates 3 for 5 as Dylan Downs checks into the game for the Cardinals. Henry Workman takes a seat onto the bench, and Thompson, the right-handed shooter for the Cardinals, will line up the first free throw and drop that one through. Thompson, 6 points so far in the game, and he's got 1 more coming up. As Downs will be replaced by Will Kress in the paint. Thompson, second free throw up. That one bottoms out as well. 7 points for Thompson, 2 for 2 at the line. The Cardinals within 1, 13-12. Brought up again, Thane takes the dribble on the logo, passes off to his left, hands it off to Long, finds near side Fuller. Quinn looks inside, dribbles to his left, loses the ball, gets it back before flipping the ball to the near side. Holding on to it there for a moment as Ward gives it over into the top of the key. Taken by Fuller, who hands off to Riley Long on the right wing. In front of the Cardinals bench, now clears himself to the top of the key. Drives to his left, cuts through the dribble, gives into the corner to Meeks, who finds Thane on the left wing. He'll dribble it back, center of the key. 4 minutes, 15 seconds to go. Pirates trying to find a way inside a 2-3 zone that the Cardinals have switched into to avoid giving up any inside presence. He'll be to the near side. Long, pump fakes on the 3, finds Thane to the left side wing, tries to drive baseline, goes all the way into the hoop, reverse layup, kicks too strong off the back iron, rebound on the ground, pulled down by Meeks. He's going to look to go up with it, fires one up, can't get it to go, rebound underneath this time is pulled down by Judd Ward. And that is going to send Ward to the line as a lot of people in the lane, and somebody got a hand on him. Dylan Downs is going to be the one who is whistled for the foul. It's his first, team's 9th. And it will send Ward to the line for a pair of free throws. He's already 1 for 3 and gets the first free throw here. Makes him 2 for 4. And one more coming up as Peyton Brown checks into the game, taking a seat, is going to be Riley Long, the three-point specialist, with 3 minutes and 54 seconds to go. Will check into the game. And the second free throw drops down for Judd Ward. Cardinals watch the lead grow back up to 3 as Thompson gives off to Kyle Olson to bring it across the half-court stripe. Flips a pass to the corner. It's poked out of bounds. Last touched on the play by Judd Ward. And Soda Springs will get to inbound from the far sideline. 3:47 to go. Not a lot of time came off the clock on bringing it up, so the Cardinals plenty to work with. Thompson comes near side, avoids stumbling on the way. Will Kress goes into lane, lays it up and in. Great play by Will Kress on the pass from Thompson into the paint, and the Cardinals back within 1, 15-14. Low scoring second quarter of play. Well, it'll be Peyton Brown, goes up top of the key. Pass to the left side to Fuller. He fakes a pass to Brown in the cutting lane. Finds Meeks now underneath the hoop, who blows the layup too strong. Will Sims pulls down the board. Peyton Brown too close to him, is called for his second foul, and Will Sims is going to get 1-and-1 free throws back on the other side, as that is the 8th team foul on the Pirates. Will Sims needing to be a little bit smarter than that. Or excuse me, Peyton Brown, I should say, needing to be a little bit smarter than that, as Peyton Brown picks up his second once again. Tyler Brown talking with the official on the near side, having a quick discussion with him and arguing the call for his squad. 3 minutes and 22 seconds left to go. Sims crouches, fires, and drops home the first free throw to earn the second one. Cardinals have made their last 4 free throws and have moved to 4 for 5 from the line. 3:22 to go. One more coming up for Will Sims. Ball game knotted up at 15 apiece here, second quarter. Sims crouches, right-handed shooter, will not get the second one. Meeks pulls down the rebound for his second, and it'll be brought forward by the Pirates. Almost pulled down by Ridge Thompson, who jumps into the cheerleaders to try and steal that one away. Getting some applause by the Cardinals as he had a little of a word with one of the cheerleaders, who looks a little bit flustered on the sidelines after having the Cardinals point guard go into the side. Subs come in and out as Fuller will check out. Kyle Nielsen will check back into the game for the Pirates. Actually, this is his first minutes on the court as Westside will inbound. Near side, it'll be Nielsen. Tries to go to his left, picks up his dribble, feeds it into the lane. Down low, a little bit of a turnaround, is up and rolling off the rim, as no good is the attempt by Judd Ward. Cardinals pull down the rebound with Dylan Downs getting it up to Kress. Downs takes the top of the key. Looks inside, now one dribble, finds Kress. No, poked away from him. Last touched on the near side by Kyle Nielsen. And it'll be the Cardinals again to inbound from the near side with under 3 to play. Ridge Thompson gets the basketball as he walks over to the right side. Passes it to the elbow, taken there by Sims. Outside on the wing, in fact, as the pass drew him out. Dylan Downs gives to Tanner Myers, back fresh into the game. He'll find some room. Faxes up on a 3. Finds Ridge Thompson. His 3 ball short. Ball on the ground is going to be pulled in by Meeks again. And Meek will riv it up ahead to Peyton Brown to bring it forward. Peyton playing with 2 fouls. Drives to his left. Passes it to the corner. Thane rises for 3. That's airballed. Missed out of bounds. And it goes out of bounds. Last touched by the Pirates, they'll say. So the Cardinals will get a chance with 2:28 to go to try and take the lead once again. Second quarter of play in a tight affair. Timeout's going to be taken by the Cardinals. And Coach Craig Bergholm, 30-second timeout, will take one as well. Back after this on KBRV 800 The Bear and online with live video streaming at mylocalradio.com.
MyLocalRadio.com is Southwest Wyoming and Northeast Utah's top website and the best source for local area news, weather, sports, and community events. And that's not all. MyLocalRadio.com features thousands of photographs of Wyoming and Utah high school events, from speech and drama competitions to local events, sports and activities, and much more. Check it out today and see what MyLocalRadio.com has for you.
Welcome back out to the home of the Westside Pirates. A scoring update from up in Butte County. The Grace Grizzlies boys basketball team, after their girls won 42-39 earlier tonight to get their first district win of the season. The boys at midway through the second were up 21-17 here. Dylan Downs puts up an air ball. Will Kress pulls down the offensive board. His shot short off the front of the rim and a rebound underneath the basket, that time by Judd Ward for his 5th. Pirates will bring the ball forward with 2:08 to go. Still knotted up here. 15 points for each side. West side pass into the lane. Meeks can't handle it. Ball still loose. Meeks gets it back. Find Thane top of the key. He bounces it back outside to Brown. Rising for three. Short off the front of the rim. And Thane will get a rare rebound as he drives baseline. Cuts underneath. Finds an outside shot coming up this time from the shot of Nielsen. Rebounded by Meek again, his fourth of the quarter, and is passed outside to Thane. He drives to his left, cuts underneath. Meek underneath the basket, open for two, lays it up and in, and the Cardinals will watch as the lead goes back into the hands of the Pirates. 17-15. Kress comes to the near side, finds Myers. Myers gives off to Thompson. Near the top of the key, gives up to Myers, who finds an opening for three. Can't get it to go. Rebound comes down to Brown. Brown pulls up his third, and it'll be brought forward by the Pirates. Pass in the lane, tipped away, out of bounds. Last touch by Myers in the paint. And with 1:16 to go, it'll be the Pirates again to inbound the basketball, with Workman checking into the game for Dylan Downs after he put in some good minutes out on the court. 1:16 to go, 17-15, as Josh King will check in for the Pirates as well, giving a chance for Judd Ward to take a seat on the bench and get a rest. Brown to inbound, finds Meek. Meek goes up top to Thane, who swings it to the left side. There's Nielsen, down low to King. He bounces away, puts up a quick shot, banks it in. Good move down low with Josh King working the feet and getting the short fadeaway bank shot. Kress with the ball the other way, bounces this one over to Workman. Up top, Myers gives off to Sims. He rises for a short jumper. That's off the front of the rim. No good. Meek pulls down the rebound. He's fouled after pulling it down, and he's going to head to the line for two free throws as the Cardinals move into the double bonus with their 10th team foul of the quarter, or of the half, I should say. So Will Sims picks up his second. And that will allow the Pirates to sub in a couple. Peyton Brown and Josh King take a seat onto the bench, with Meek taking a stop at the line. First free throw up and good for the senior. 6'3", and a big body to go along with the 6'3" body, as the Cardinals will sub in Kyle Olson for Will Sims. Onto the court fresh for the Pirates are Ward as well as Long. Free throw up and good on the second one. Meek with 6 points, one of the leading scorers, is the leading scorer for the Pirates in a 21-15 ball game. Pirates on top by 6. Thompson to bring it forward, feeds it to Olsen on the right sideline. He'll drive to the corner, passes it back outside to Myers. He fakes a pass, gets Long to lose his footing. Myers gives it outside to Olsen, finding back to Myers. Drives in the lane, puts up a flailing shot, gets the friendly roll on the drive to the hoop. Tanner Myers with 3 points now, and the Cardinals back within 4. Tanner Myers getting a little bit lucky there, as he got caught driving to the basket. Thane with the ball near the half-court logo, flips the pass off, and it'll be taken on the outside of the circle by Riley Long. 16 seconds to go. Long drives to the near side, gives off to Nielsen. He'll get back to Thane near the top of the key. 10 seconds to go. Clock continues to wind down as the Pirates holding down for the last shot. Thane to his left, goes behind the back, drives to the free throw line, spins around, kicks it to the corner. Nielsen open for three there, splashes it down as the buzzer sounds off. Nielsen with a big grin on his face will walk down towards the locker room as the Pirates, with a little bit of a dagger to end the half and a nail in the coffin, an early one, but definitely one that could turn momentum. It's 24-17. We head to the Mexico Therapeutic Services halftime show here on KBRV 800 The Bear, and online with live video streaming at mylocalradio.com.
Live life comfortably in your new cozy Lazy Boy recliner, sofa, couch, or love seat. With a huge selection to choose from, you'll find the right one for you at Sanders Furniture and Appliances in Soda Springs. If you've been dreaming of brand new kitchen appliances like refrigerators, ranges, microwaves, and chest freezers, you'll be able to find top brands like Whirlpool, Amana, and Maytag. Visit Sanders Furniture and Appliances in Soda Springs. Come find what you're looking for. Sanders Furniture, 148 South Main, Soda Springs.
Hey America, we need to have a little talk. We've got a lot of food in this country. We've got so much food that we can't eat it all. So how are 17 million kids in America struggling with hunger? That's why the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks gathers surplus food and gets it to hungry kids who need it. Support Feeding America and your local food bank at feedingamerica.org. Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Whether or not you like winter, winter is upon us. There has never been a better time to convert to natural gas. Make this winter more comfortable and warm with a natural gas Lennox furnace from Reed's Plumbing and Heating in Soda Springs. The temperature outside doesn't matter. Keep your family cozy for years to come. For a new natural gas furnace, service on your existing furnace, or an in-home consultation, visit Reed's Plumbing and Heating today. 180 South 3rd East, next to the overpass. Reed's Plumbing and Heating. Natural gas worth asking for.
This is a test to find out if you know it all when it comes to children. Name one of the leading killers of U.S. children age 1 to 13. What's the best way to protect children in a car crash? At what age and size should a child start using a booster seat?
Don't assume you know it all when it comes to car seats for your child. Go to safercar.gov/the-right-seat and know for sure. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
It's halftime for the Soda Springs Cardinals, and that means we're going to take a break and get back to our Mexico Therapeutic Services halftime show after this word from our sponsor. Right here on KBRV 800 The Bear and online with live video streaming at mylocalradio.com.
Are you feeling stressed? The Anxiety and Depression Association of America offers a few helpful tips to manage stress. Take a time out. Eat well-balanced meals. Get enough sleep. Limit alcohol and caffeine, which can cause anxiety and trigger panic attacks. And welcome humor. A good laugh goes a long way. If your stress level needs professional help, contact Mexico Therapeutic Services at 208-547-4550.
Welcome into the Mexico Therapeutic Services halftime show. Caleb Burgraff here on KBRV 800 The Bear. Is halftime entertainment taking place on the court right now with the ballroom dance team for the West Side Pirates, giving a chance to show off what exactly their skills are on the court. We take a look at how we got to this point in time, though. Back to the action of the ball game, 24-17. Your score sits with the Cardinals. Really, their biggest detriment has been their turnover game so far. They had 6 turnovers in the first half that helped the Pirates out to a 4-point advantage, 12-8 after a quarter of play. And that was after the Cardinals were able to give themselves a little bit of an early lead, as they had that 8-5 lead early going, and really were looking like they had good control of it. Since then, the Pirates have really gone on a huge run in the early going of this one. And then the Pirates were able to get a rally going, and after the Cardinals had found a way to keep the game close and tied with 9 points apiece in the third quarter, a late dagger from Judd Ward to give the 7-point lead to the Pirates in quarter number 2 at the end, going into the halftime locker room. And it turned into a 24-17 lead here at the half. We'll take another break, come back with more after this on KBRV 800 The Bear and online with live video streaming at mylocalradio.com.
How'd I do?
You'll get better. Tim can't wait to be a real driver. But for now, he's king of the online track thanks to Silver Star Communications high-speed internet. Reliable, consistent speeds give him the edge against players anywhere, even the other end of the couch.
Whoa. You'll get better.
Visit silverstar.com to learn more.
Man, do I love card night. You ready, boys? You got a king?
Go, Fish Dad!
Oh, come on! This is WWE superstar Titus O'Neil. The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today. Learn more at 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov.
Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
Here's a look at your Lalaton's food specials for the week of January 21st through the 27th in Soda Springs. They're having a Big Brands Big Deals special where you can get yourself cans of Campbell's tomato or chicken noodle soup for just 99 cents each. Or grab yourself 5 packs of Top Ramen for $1. And you can get 5 dozen Oakdale medium eggs for $4.69. And to wrap it all up with dessert, Fig Newtons and Oreos are just $2.99 a pack. That's all your specials for this week at Lalaton's in Soda Springs.
Come on, smile. Oh, honey, he's still not smiling.
Maybe he's not a smiler.
Yeah, maybe he's just not a happy baby.
Maybe he's just being a boy.
Or maybe he's teething.
Maybe it's just a phase.
Maybe he has autism, and we can definitely do something to help.
Maybe is all you need to find out more about autism. No big, joyful smiles by 6 months is one early sign. Learn the others at autismspeaks.org/signs. Brought to you by Autism Speaks and the Ad Council.
Welcome back out to the Mexico Therapeutic Services halftime show on KBRV 800 The Bear, as well as online at mylocalradio.com. As we look at the halftime numbers for the two squads right now, the Pirates being led by an unusual face. Tyler Meek with 6 points and 5 rebounds, the leader in both categories, as well as another unusual face in that category as well, Judd Ward with 3 points and 5 rebounds. Peyton Brown with 4 points and 4 rebounds, as is Joshua King at the same time with 4 points and 4 rebounds. 4 points for Shaylor Thane with 4 points and 1 rebound. And wrapping it all up is Kyle Nielsen with that big triple at the back end of the quarter, as he closed out the half with a three-pointer from the left side wing, and that was able to give the 24-17 lead to the Pirates at the half. On the other side for the Cardinals, they're being led in the way by Ridge Thompson, 7 points and 2 rebounds in the game. 3 points, 3 boards for Tanner Myers. Henry Workman leading the team in rebounding and also has 2 points. He's got 2 points with 5 boards. Also has our shot of the game with a little loop-de-loo down underneath the baseline on an offensive putback that he was almost miss, but got the friendly soft touch and dropped his way down. That is our shot of the game at this point in time. So keep an eye out for any other ones that might be able to top that one off, as well as keep an eye out for your play of the game, which is brought to you by Trail Canyon Lodge Bed and Breakfast in Soda Springs. Also, keep an eye out for any jump balls, brought to you by Erickson Racing and Repair for all your automotive, snowmobile, and ATV repair needs. We wrap it all up with the overall team stats for this one. The Pirates, 24 points, 20 rebounds, and 7 for 9 from the free throw line. The Cardinals on the other side, 17 rebounds, 17 points, 4 for 6 from the free throw line. They've turned it over 10 times to Westside 6, and that is the big difference in the game to this point in time. We'll take one more break, come back with the start of half number 2 on KBRV 800 The Bear and mylocalradio.com, your home for Cardinal Athletics.
Are you feeling stressed? The Anxiety and Depression Association of America offers a few helpful tips to manage stress. Take a time out. Eat well-balanced meals. Get enough sleep. Limit alcohol and caffeine, which can cause anxiety and trigger panic attacks. And welcome humor. A good laugh goes a long way. If your stress level needs professional help, contact Mexico Therapeutic Services at 208-547-4550.
There's an organization in southeast Idaho whose wildlife conservation efforts have been commended by the Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation, the Idaho Fish and Wildlife Foundation, and the North American Moose Foundation. Who is this organization? It's Monsanto. While Monsanto is honored by the recognition they receive, their ongoing dedication to the environment is its own reward for all of us. Monsanto. Imagine.
Cattlemen have a code of ethics. Live each day with courage. Take pride in your work. Always finish what you start. Do what has to be done. Be tough but fair. When you make a promise, keep it. Ride for the brand. Talk less and say more. Remember that some things aren't for sale, and know where to draw the line. The folks at Mound Valley Cattle Company in Thatcher, Idaho are proud of the students at Grace High School, investing in the leaders of tomorrow. The Mound Valley Cattle Company, 208-339-0614.
I'm Paul George of the Indiana Pacers. When I was 6, my days were spent playing basketball. When I was 6, my dream was to make it to the NBA. When I was 6, my mom had a stroke. So I want you to learn to spot a stroke fast. F-A-S-T. F, face drooping. A, arm weakness. S, speech difficulty. T, time to call 911. I'm Paul George. Spot a stroke fast. Visit strokeassociation.org. Brought to you by the American Stroke Association and the Ad Council.
Welcome back out to Westside High School. Caleb Berggraf here on KBRV 800 The Bear, as the Soda Springs Cardinals trailing the Westside Pirates 24-17 at the start of quarter number 3. They'll need to find a little bit of an offensive spark if they want to find their way back into this game. And it's going to have to come early on in this quarter, as well as you got to make a statement quickly. And the Pirates will open up with the basketball. And it will be on the far side with Peyton Brown taking the point. Gives off to Thane near the half-court line with 7:53 to go. Working right to left on your radio dial. Pass lofted into the corner. Long gives it up top at the free throw line. Underneath, King puts up a shot. No good, but tipped back outside where it's rebounded by Judd Ward. Outside to Thane. He cuts into lane. Puts up a running floater. Can't get it to go. Ward with another rebound. Blocked away. And this time it's pulled in by Will Sims for his 4th rebound of the game. Ridge Thompson gives to Myers. He cuts into the lane. Backside pass gives into Thompson. Over to Josh. Balls goes up top of the key. Held onto there by Tanner Myers before feeding it to Ridge Thompson, who backs it up near the logo. 40 seconds gone by here, 3rd quarter of play, before Balls takes it in the right side wing. Lofts a pass underneath to Will Sims, underneath the hoop. Fouled on the way up. We'll see who they call this one on. I believe it's going to be on King, but it could be on Peyton as well. No, it is going to be on Joshua King for his 3rd foul. And the first team foul will send Will Sims, who is 1 for 2 at the free throw line, to the stripe to get the Cardinals a chance to get the first points of the quarter. 2 free throws coming up for the junior. Right-handed shooter, blonde crew cut, the black jersey and black knee pads, puts up the free throw, and that one's good as he gets his 2nd point of the game. Will Sims, not always a big offensive threat for this Cardinals squad, but they need some offense from somebody, and he might as well be the person to bring it forward. One more coming up for the junior. 2nd free throw up. That no good. Short off the front of the rim. Tipped back outside by Tanner Myers. Myers doing a great job just keeping his team in the chance for the rebound as he dribbles it towards the corner. Pulls it back to the free throw line. Stops, rises for a high rainbow shot. No good. Rebound again. Tipped down. Josh Balls comes away with it. Thompson pass down low. Pass picked off, and a jump ball is going to be called. And the Cardinals, I believe, will come away with the basketball as the possession arrow is in their favor. 6:55 to go, 24-18 your score, with the Cardinals set to inbound once again. Josh Balls to do the inbounding, swats the ball with the left hand, looks deep, now is going to lob one short. It's going to be picked up by Brown, who has it right into his hands. Up ahead to King. King pushes off, and it'll be a foul, though, on Tanner Myers, as Myers is going to be whistled for his first foul, on Tanner Myers. They'll call it on the floor. So it'll be just an inbounds play coming up for the Pirates. Soda crowd wanted a push-off on Josh King. The contact was there, but the official in a coin toss call will give it to the Pirates. Jump ball going to be called once again as Workman tying up with Josh King on the lower left block. The sophomore standing tough with the senior. And the Pirates will keep possession of the basketball underneath their own hoop. This time to do their inbounding is going to be Thane. Stands on the S and west side before passing it to the near side wing. Holding on to it, there's Long. Waits for Brown to cut free. Pump fake by Brown. Comes back around to the left side wing himself. 6:41 to go. He'll step towards the line. Guarded there by Myers. Myers gets a little weak reach towards the basketball as Brown comes up. Ball blocked into the air, but Myers is going to be called for the foul, and it'll be 2 free throws coming up for Brown at the line is what they say originally. It might be 3. And we'll see what Peyton can do at the stripe himself. He's 0 for 1 at the line so far. First free throw up and good. So he'll have at least one more. I did not see if it was a 2 free throw or a 1 free throw. So this is a 2 free throw foul. And the second one is up and good as well. 6 points for Brown now to take the tie and the team lead in scoring. And the Cardinals will get to bring this one forward. Ridge Thompson comes around the near side, loses the ball, stripped of it, puts it up ahead. Brown lays it up and in on the other side. Peyton Brown with the quick run as the Cardinals turn it over for the 11th time. And it's a 28-18 lead for the Pirates, biggest of the game at 10 points. Up ahead, the Cardinals. Josh Balls gives it over to Ridge Thompson. Thompson looks inside, passes it to Myers. Myers gets a break to the hoop, has the ball poked away by Brown, though, picked up by Thayer, and they'll bring it forward to Brown again, lays it up and in. Peyton Brown with a 6-0 run on his own, and a timeout taken by Greg Bergholm and the Cardinals as Brown coming to the bench fired up as the Pirates building their lead to 12, their biggest of the game, on a 6-1 run to start the quarter. And with under 7 to play, we'll take a break and come back with more on KBRV 800 The Bear with live video streaming online at mylocalradio.com.
mylocalradio.com is Southwest Wyoming and Northeast Utah's top website and the best source for local area news, weather, sports, and community events. And that's not all. MyLocalRadio.com features thousands of photographs of Wyoming and Utah high school events, from speech and drama competitions to local events, sports and activities, and much more. Check it out today and see what MyLocalRadio.com has for you.
Back here at the home of the West Side Pirates, the Cardinals struggling on the offensive end, turning it over twice to open up the third quarter of play and allowing the West Side Pirates to jump out to a 30-18 lead, led by the offensive production of Peyton Brown, the 6'2" senior, with 10 points in the game now, 6 of those coming in this early third quarter, 2 minutes in. And the Cardinals, again, need to find some sort of little offensive burst if they want to fight their way back into this game. It'll be Ridge Thompson to take the point. He dribbles the ball up the court and crosses the half-court line with 5 minutes and 55 seconds to go. Thompson to his left. Looks to work on Brown. Comes to the free throw line. Stops, pops short. Airballed into the hands of Sims. Sims gives back to Thompson. He kicks out to Myers. Cuts to the lane. Has the ball poked away from him. And another turnover by the Cardinals will give the Pirates a chance to run. Into the lane. Brown dumps it through the hands of his own teammate. Ward couldn't possess the basketball. Goes through his hands. And it will be the Cardinals giving the basketball up the court. West Side wanted the ball to be off the Cardinals, but it was an easy call for the officials that Ward was the last to touch it, and Ridge Thompson will bring it forward up the near sideline. Working left to right, 5.5 to go. Ball to the near side. Into Myers. Myers goes down low to Thompson. He'll try and jump his way forward. Fouled on the way up. They'll call it on the floor. And that one is going to be picked up by Shaler Thane. So Thane gets his second. Team second as well on the Pirates. And the Cardinals to inbound underneath their own basket from their right side. Standing in front of the cheerleaders, Balls gives the ball over to Myers. Myers throws it right into the hands of Ward. Pirates push the pace underneath the hoop. Long, double team, finds up top. Thane moves it to Brown on the right side. Pump fake there by Brown as it's kicked up to the top of the key. Now to the near side, Long takes it on the wing, pass inside to Meek. Meek goes up top to Thane, 3-ball up and no good, too strong. Rebound tipped around before Josh Balls corrals it, and the Cardinals will push it up ahead. Ridge Thompson underneath, gets it to Workman, falling away, banks it in. Henry Workman with his first contribution of this second half, and it's 30-20. Shaler Thane to bring it forward, crosses the half-court logo, 4 minutes and 45 to go. Meek takes the ball top of the key, gives over to Long. Long up top to Thane. He'll hold it. Had an open look at three, but passed it up before giving to Brown. He goes up for a shot. Couldn't possess it. Uses his dribble to now back it up near the half-court line. Brown comes over to the near side. Long gives it back over to Thane. Takes it top of the key. He'll come to his left. Dribbles through the legs. Passes it down low. Taken there by Ward. He's blocked away underneath. That's Workman with the block. Tanner Myers with the rebound, and the Cardinals will push it the other way. Josh Balls, far side corner, short on the three with almost an air ball that just caught the underside of the backboard. A scrum for the ball, and a jump ball will be called on the floor over on the left side of the block, or of the paint, and the Cardinals will get possession on the arrow. Good struggle by the Cardinals to get it. The Pirates wanted a timeout as they had a player signaling for it, but it will be a no-go, and the Cardinals get a chance to inbound once again. Ball swats the basketball, looks deep, now comes near side. Olsen left open for a moment. Olsen gives it back inside before Josh cuts through the lane. Back outside to Sims. On the left side elbow, cuts into the hoop, spin move, fouled on the way. They'll call it on the floor. And it'll be another inbounds coming up for the Cardinals as Tyler Meek picks up his second foul, the third team foul on the West Side Pirates. So the Cardinals to inbound from underneath their own hoop. 3 minutes, 53 to go here, halfway through quarter number 3. Josh to inbound. He'll lob this one deep to Will Sims, takes it outside the three-point line at the top of the key. Workman will hold on to the ball himself now, passes it to Josh Balls, looks to cut into the lane. The senior teardrop up. Offensive foul is going to be called on Josh Balls, cutting to the lane as taking the charge underneath the basket. They're going to say, I believe, was Joshua King, and Josh picks up his fourth foul of the game. So Josh will come over to the bench and take a seat. Will Kress checks into the game for the senior for the Cardinals, and Westside will bring it forward up the right sideline. Comes up to the half-court stripe and slowly stumbles across before passing it to Thane on the right sideline. He'll take it up to the wing, pass into the corner, long give and go into King, who lays it up and in. Nice drive to the bucket by the senior King. That is definitely a possibility for your play of the game with the Pirates on a little give and go. Into the near side, underneath Kress, pays one up and in. There's another opportunity, your play of the game, brought to you by Trail Canyon Lodge Bed and Breakfast, as a pass inside by Ridge Thompson finds Will Kress, and the Cardinals answer right back to the Pirates, 32-22. And it'll be back up top. Outside the three-point line, Thane directs some traffic, heads the screens from King, now cuts into the lane, teardrop to the hoop, short off the front of the rim. King pulls down the rebound. That's his 5th rebound, finds the near side. Brown up for 3, no good. Rebounded this time by Henry Workman. Brown closes in on him, but Workman fights him off and gives off to Olsen to bring it forward. 2:44 to go. Cardinals looking to cut it to single digits as Olsen bounces one down low. Sims can't find it as there were 3 Pirates to get it through. The Pirates end up keeping it, and a ball down on the ground, and a timeout taken by the Pirates. We'll take a 30-second timeout here with them. Back after this on KBRV 800 The Bear with a score at 32-22. Soda Springs down by 10 to Westside on KBRV 800 The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com.
One stop and get everything on your list. Gas, groceries, fresh deli items, lottery tickets, and all your fish and game licenses. Patterson Quick Stop in Soda Springs is locally owned and open 7 days a week. You can check the daily lunch specials every Monday through Friday on the Patterson Quick Stop Facebook page. When you need it quick, get it at Patterson Quick Stop in Soda Springs, 111 North Hooper. Go Cardinals!
Big thanks to our sponsors, Patterson Quick Stop in Soda Springs. As if you want to be a sponsor of Cardinal Athletics or Caribou County Athletics for that matter, be sure to give our stations a call during the business hours at 208-547-2400. Kim Miller, our salesperson at the office, will be more than happy to take your call and help you get onto the air with your business. West side to inbound the basketball. It'll be Peyton Brown to give up ahead and walked forward by Shaler Thane. He'll cross the half-court logo. 2 minutes, 26 seconds to go to the near side. Riley Long takes it off the top of the key. Catches a screen from Meek. Now a bounce pass given off to King. Goes to his right, tries to drive the senior. Cuts the hoop underneath Meek. Open, blocked from behind by Myers. Rebounded underneath the hoop by Riley Harris, and the Cardinals will push it back up the court. Ridge Thompson into the paint, will cut it outside to Kress. He comes to his right, drives to the hoop, gets some contact, flips a pass through that's picked off by Thane once again, and a foul is going to be called outside the paint on the right block of the Cardinals side of the court as Thane turns it over for the 6th time to the Cardinals, or from the Cardinals to the Pirates, and the foul is going to be picked up by Will Kress, his first foul, and the team's 4th. Pirates will jog it forward with Thane taking the point. He'll pass to the near side, gives off to Long. Riley goes to his right, kicks a pass back to King. He looks to drive. No, hands off to Brown. Rises for a short jumper off the side of the rim. Rebounded by Will Kress for his 3rd rebound of the game. Cardinals will come up the court. Tanner Myers into the lane. Kicks outside to Kress at the free throw line. His shot, oh no, good. Skipped around off the rim. And Tanner Myers pulls down another rebound. Cuts to the hoop. Teardrop short once again. Josh King pulls down his 6th rebound, and the Cardinals cannot buy a bucket on the short little teardrops or on the deep shots as they've left everything short here tonight. Into the basket, Thane pulls himself down into the paint, loses his dribble as he passes up top to Peyton Brown. He tries to cut in, loses his footing, looks to pass it outside, throws the ball to the near side where Thane will save it from going across the court. Ball over to the far side. Long gives back up top to Thane, near side. King takes the ball, cuts to the hoop, kicks it outside. Brown left open for 3, wide open shot, in and out, no good, but King with the offensive rebound. The senior goes up, fouled on the way up, and he's going to step to the free throw line again. The Cardinal fans not happy with it as they are letting the officials hear it with intensity. Josh King up to the line. He's already got 6 points in the game, as both himself and Peyton Brown have definitely taken the lead for the Pirates in this 3rd quarter, building the lead up to 10, 32-22 with under a minute left to play. One more coming up. King's first free throw up and good. He's 3 for 3 from the line. That was 7 points. Kyle Nielsen will check into the game for West Side, giving a little bit of a rest to, I believe that is Long, who takes a seat as a 2nd free throw up and good for King. And King will come over and take a seat as Ward will check back out onto the court. 34-22, 53 seconds to go here. Bergholm has a word with the official on the near sideline as he walks back to the bench. and the Cardinals will bring it forward. Working left to right, Will Kress double teamed on the far side, finds Ridge Thompson at the elbow. He'll rise for a quick jumper short off the front of the rim again, and the Cardinals will watch as it's tipped out of bounds, last touched by the Pirates, according to the near side official, in front of the Soda Springs crowd. The Cardinals get a break. We'll get to inbound the basketballs. Back into the game is going to check Riley Long. Peyton Brown will walk over to the bench to take a seat for the Pirates and get a little bit of a breather going into quarter number 4. Harris takes the ball down low, shot up short once again, and down on the floor hurt is Meek. He's going to get up, but he is limping badly, and the officials are going to have to call a timeout on this one. He went down awkwardly, and he is in plenty of pain. It looks like it is a left leg. And again, not sure what it was, but definitely something you don't like to see is anytime somebody comes off the court, especially when it's a senior, you hate to see it. 28 seconds to go, 34-22. The Pirates will inbound the basketball after the short timeout by the officials. Thane holds on to it near the half-court stripe. Now comes over to his left before walking back to his right. Pirates holding for the last shot here, up by 12. Smart decision if you're a Pirates fan. They scored 12 points in every other quarter and trying to do the same thing here. King comes outside, takes the basketball, gives off the long. Long bounces over to the far side. Thane up for 3, too strong. Rebound's going to be fought for and out of bounds with .9 on it. And the Cardinals will get possession of the basketball as is last touched by King. And the inbounds play is going to go into Ridge Thompson. His chuck towards the hoop almost takes out the cheerleaders on the sideline and goes outside as the Cardinals will go down into the fourth quarter, trailing by 12, 34-22 to the West Side Pirates. Back after this with the fourth quarter of play on your home for Cardinals Hoops, KBRV 800 The Bear, with my live streaming video at mylocalradio.com.
Whether or not you like winter, winter is upon us. There has never been a better time to convert to natural gas. Make this winter more comfortable and warm with a natural gas Lennox furnace from Reed's Plumbing and Heating in Soda Springs. The temperature outside doesn't matter. Keep your family cozy for years to come. For a new natural gas furnace, service on your existing furnace, or an in-home consultation, visit Reed's Plumbing and Heating today. 180 South 3rd East, next to the overpass. Reed's Plumbing and Heating. Natural gas worth asking for.
So, I'm a dog, and I'm kind of new to this family, but I've noticed a trend. My humans do this thing where they go around and get all my toys and hide them in this basket, but it's always the same basket, and it's always the same place, and then they act so surprised when I find them, but I'm like, hello, that's where you put it last time. Humans are the worst at hide and go seek.
A person is the best thing to happen to a shelter pet. Be that person. Adopt. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the ShelterPetProject.org.
Welcome back out to the home of the West Side Pirates. They started out the fourth quarter with the basketball as they lead by 12, 34-22 in a big District 5 matchup between the two teams. Nielsen comes up and breaks free at the top of the key, drops home another triple. That's twice he's hit a dagger, and the Cardinals with a 15-point lead, 37-22. Trying to answer back, Ridge Thompson hits a deuce, ends his scoring drought. He has gone a long time without a field goal since the first quarter, 37-24 with 30 seconds gone by in quarter number 4. It'll be brought up by Thayer. He'll walk to his left, bounce past the near side to Nielsen. Back outside to Thayer. He bounces it to the right side. Held onto there by Ward. Looks inside the paint before King comes out to retrieve the ball off the top of the key. Back to Nielsen. Guarded there by Kress before finding Brown, who comes out to the left of the top of the key. Bounce past to Thane. He looks inside. Finds a cutting Ward near the free throw line before passing it to King. Fade away shot up and no good. Rebound fought for, pulled down by Ridge Thompson. He hits the deck, and Peyton Brown is going to pick up his third foul as Ridge Thompson hit the deck trying to turn around and come up the court. That is the fourth team foul on the Pirates as a sub will come in late. Josh Ball's back into the game, playing with 4 fouls, has to play smart as Will Kress will take a seat here on the bench. 6 minutes and 58 seconds to go. Thompson brings it forward. He'll bounce it to the near side. Myers fakes a pass back to Thompson, now feeds it to him on the wing. He drives left side, puts up a shot, teardrop, can't get it to go. Rebound tipped around before King pulls in the rebound, and it'll be back up to the Pirates to bring it forward. On the right side, Ward kicks it outside the wing, in back to King at the free throw line, drives through, no call on the officials. All loose and picked up by the Cardinals on a turnover. They'll push it back the other way. Josh into the lane, puts up a teardrop. That's short off the side of the rim, and Ridge Thompson will have the rebound. He's going to be fouled again and Peyton Brown will get back-to-back fouls essentially as he gets his fourth. The Cardinals forcing only the 8th turnover of the game on the Pirates. They have 16 of their own, and with 6:27 to go, it'll be the Cardinals to inbound underneath their own basket. Ball handed to Josh Balls, swats the ball with his hand before lobbing it deep to Will Sims. Takes it on the left elbow, finds Riley Harris, who gives it to the right side corner. Thompson drives baseline, pump fakes, pulls up his dribble, gets a shot up and good. Ridge Thompson hits 11 points in the game. He's got all the points for the Cardinals. 37-26, back within 11 or Soda Springs. 6 minutes and 10 seconds to go. Westside with the ball on the right wing will look to cut in. Over to the right, Long cuts at the elbow before giving it out to Thane, cuts into the lane. He's blocked and denied by Riley Harris. Coming up in the middle of the paint, Cardinals will bring it back the other way after Will Sims got the rebound. Tanner Myers into the hoop, puts up a shot, blocked away in the own right by Westside and the Pirates. And back the other way, the Pirates will get a chance to bring it forward as Josh King pulls in his 9th rebound of the game. Thane with the ball. Comes across the logo, goes to his right, bounce pass to the far side. Long picks up the ball, gives back to Thane. Cardinals reaching for the steal as Long finds himself open for a moment on the right wing. Passes up the 3-ball, throws it off the Cardinals, dribbles out of bounds. Last touch by Tanner Myers as it was thrown off of his ankles by Riley Long. And the Cardinals will sub in as Kyle Olson will check into the game, as will Henry Workman. Riley Harris takes a seat, as does Tanner Myers. Another chance for the Pirates to inbound. Bounce pass into the lane, goes to King. His shot up, fouled on the way up. Can't get the bucket, but he is going to have a pair of free throws, which tonight he has been money at the free throw line. 4 for 4 as Kyle Olson picks up his first foul. Josh King, the right-handed shooter. Tuft of blonde at the back of his brown hair, will put up the first free throw and cashes it home. He's got 9 points now in the game, going for double figures, and a chance at a double-double with 9 rebounds and 9 points. One more coming up. The senior gets that one to go. He's hit double figures now officially. Most of those coming from the free throw line. 6 for 6 from the stripe. 39-26, the Pirates on top by double figures over the Cardinals in a big game in district standings. Cardinals with time to come back, though, down with 5.5 minutes to go. Pass to the near side. Olson gives it to Will Sims in the right side elbow. He'll try and drive through. Pass squirts all the way out of bounds. Saved by Josh Balls, but right back into the hands of Riley Long. Backside pass laid up and fouling on the player of the Cardinals as Judd Ward is going to step to the line. Foul called on Kyle Olson, just trying to make sure that Ward had to earn the points at the stripe. Ward, though, was 3 for 5 from the free throw line, and he'll have more coming up here. Free throw up and good. 4 for 6 now as the Pirates making a statement here at home against the Cardinals, a team that coming into this, both of them had the same out-of-conference record, and both were undefeated in conference play. 2 for 2 at the trip. 15-point lead again for the Pirates as the ball is launched to the near side. Olson saves it from going out of bounds, splits the double team, cuts the hoop, goes all the way, lays it up, and gets the friendly roll. Kyle Olson with a circus shot as he gets his 41-28 lead back to the Pirates, but down by 13 now as a blocking foul called on the way to the hoop. I believe it was King cutting towards the basket, which means he's going to have 1-and-1 free throws coming up. Olson with another foul. And it will send King to the stripe where he, as I said, is 6 for 6 on the game. Olson, that's got to be the play of the game right there, shot of the game, excuse me, as that was a circus shot by Olson despite what's going on as the free throw missed by King, and a rebound goes out of bounds, but the Cardinals last to touch it as Ridge Thompson couldn't corral it. And it'll be into the hands of Peyton Brown to inbound from the far side corner. Out of bounds play, so no movement, but he'll get it in easily to Thayer. Thayer goes over to Riley Long. He backs it out near the top of the key before pitching it back to the point guard. Thayer to his left, spins back on Olson. Olson hounding him near half court. He'll cut to the hoop. Thayer all the way to the basket. Backside pass to Ward. He goes up, blocked away by Sims. Ball up ahead. Workman trying to dribble through, gives it up to Thompson, and Ridge can't get the bucket to go. Rebound tipped up and missed by Josh Balls, and back down into the hands of Judd Ward goes the basketball after Balls' missed opportunity. 41-28, Cardinals down by 13. King with the ball at the top of the key, 4:12 to go, gives off to Ward on the right side wing. Ward uses one dribble, gives to Peyton Brown. Josh Ball's up with him near the top of the key as Brown backs up near the logo. Bounce pass to the right side wing. Thayer holds it there. Thompson watches as he passes the ball to the near side, held onto there by Long before finding King at the elbow, splashes home a deuce. Josh King with 12 points now in the game. Thompson back the other way, finds Olsen, short side corner from the baseline, blasts one home. He's got 4 points in the game, and the Cardinals keeping the deficit at 13, but they need to cut into it. Allowing too many offensive points for the Pirates right now with under 4 to play, 3.5 as the Pirates bring it forward. Across the half-court line, Brown takes it, one dribble, bounces it over to Thayer on the far sideline. Thayer comes around Workman, following all the way around before passing it to Long. He finds King on the baseline, pass flipped up to Brown. He finds it near the logo once again before finding Thayer. Thayer directs some traffic, now looks to his right, finds King at the free throw line, but instead goes to Riley Long. He gives it to King, fadeaway jumper, that's good! King is taking over, easily the best player on the team for Westside with Brown right behind him as the ball passed to the far side. Driving to the hoop and Balls will kick it outside near the wing before finding it to Workman, who rises for two from the free throw line. Shot no good. Rebounded by Ward, who gives off, and the Cardinals will have to return to the defensive side of the court with under 3 to play and down by 15. 45-30, and the Pirates in no hurry on their side for offense. They'll try and stretch the defense of the Cardinals, who are playing man-to-man. King gives over to the side of the top of the key. Ward holds it there before Brown comes to retrieve it. 2.5 minutes to go. Long retrieves the ball from Ward, who gives it off to Thayer. Thayer to King. Student section for the Pirates making some noise on their side as King hits the deck. Ball picked up by Long. He gives inside, drive to the hoop. Offensive foul, lowering the shoulder. Judd Ward picks up his second and turns it over to the Cardinals after the Cardinals had turned it over several times themselves. 22 minutes and 17 seconds to go in a 45-30 lead for the Westside Pirates. And the Cardinals will get to bring it forward. Thompson goes over to the far side, looking to cut in. Olsen pulled up at the corner, double team there, ball loose on the ground, and he's going to kick this one over to the corner where it's picked up by the Pirates on another turnover for the Cardinals. To the right side, another blocking foul called. This time Tanner Myers got into the way of Riley Long. It'll send Long to the free throw line for 1-and-1 free throws, with the attempts coming up after Myers picks up his third foul. 2 minutes left on the clock as Riley Long will step up to the stripe. Will Kress will check back into the game for the Cardinals. And the Cardinals' frustration's evident on their faces, with a lot of disappointment on some of them and anger on others, as the first free throw up and good by Riley Long. Gets this front end to go, and he'll have one more coming up. Builds it to a 16-point lead, 48-30, biggest of the game. Second attempt up, that one no good off the back iron. Rebounded on the right side block, passed up and outside after pulling down the board was Judd Ward. That's his 10th of the game to go with his 5 points. On the side, it's going to be passed to Brown. Quinn Fuller finding him in the left side corner near half court. Brown avoids a double team and a timeout taken by the Westside Pirates. If it's a full, we'll take a break. If it's a 30, we'll keep it here. And waiting for the symbol from the official. It's a full timeout. We'll take a break. Back after this on KBRV 800 The Bear with live video streaming online at mylocalradio.com.
Live life comfortably in your new cozy Lazy Boy recliner, sofa, couch, or love seat. With a huge selection to choose from, you'll find the right one for you at Sanders Furniture and Appliances in Soda Springs. If you've been dreaming of brand new kitchen appliances like refrigerators, ranges, microwaves, and chest freezers, you'll be able to find top brands like Whirlpool, Amana, and Maytag. Visit Sanders Furniture and Appliances in Soda Springs. Come find what you're looking for. Sanders Furniture, 148 South Main, Soda Springs.
Welcome back out to Westside High School, the home of the Pirates, where the Pirates are enjoying a double-digit lead over the Soda Springs Cardinals in the battle of the teams that finished 1-2 last year at the district tournament. This year, it's not so much a matter of who finishes 1-2, but just making the district tournament, as two teams will make it to the state championships, regardless of who comes in 1 or 2. Both are guaranteed a playoff spot, but there is a little bit of bragging lights on the line, and also the 1 seed gets to play in the late game. The 2 seed will play in the early game at the state championships. 1 minute and 44 seconds to go as the Pirates will be inbounding from the near sideline. with a little girl on the court right now, wandering, and she will find her way back up to the bleachers as she slowly will make her way up the stairs. Ball in play now as Thayer takes it in the backcourt with 1:42 to go. Walks up the left side, guarded by Thompson before handing the ball off to Brown to the right side. The ball's passed into the corner, taken there by Fuller. Quinn tries to drive in before passing it to King. He cuts into the lane, passes outside. Fuller again gives it into the right wing before Fuller takes it back. They're going through him as the pivot point, and Brown now finally takes the ball up near half court. 3 Cardinals extending themselves deep as 2 staying deep down on the line. And the Cardinals will almost force a turnover. Ridge Thompson will watch it. It dribbles out of bounds. Last touched by the Cardinals point guard. And it'll be another chance for the Pirates to inbound as Peyton Brown will take it on the near sideline. Waits for the team to break open. Goes into the backcourt, and a foul is going to be taken by Ridge Thompson as Thayer Brown was held in the backcourt. And it will send Shaler Thane to the line for a pair of free throws as that puts it into the double bonus. For Thompson, it's his first foul. With 1:14 to go, free throws here icing this game away if you're a Pirates fan. First free throw up, that is good. 5 points for Shaler Thane in the game now. 1 more coming up for the senior. Free throw up, this one is good as well. Makes it an 18-point game, 48-30. Cardinals need an offensive spark here to try and get some momentum to go into next week at the very least, when they take on Bear Lake in the early going. Ridge Thompson for 3, short off the front of the rim, rebounded by Ward once again. He's got 11 boards in the game. Peyton Brown will bring it forward, and a foul's going to be called on Hiram Brown. He bumps into Brown on the far side wing, and that is going to send Peyton to the line, where he is right now has 10 points in the game and a chance to build on it with 2 more free throws. He's 2 for 3 at the stripe. The Cardinals struggling in this game, to say the least. And Brown will walk up to the line as the crowd quiets, and the first free throw drops through the cylinder. He's 3 for 4 now from the line. The Pirates taking advantage of all the free throws they've taken, and the reason they've taken more free throws than the Cardinals really has just been the fact they've been more aggressive into the paint, and the Cardinals have, well, they haven't necessarily gotten a ton of fouls. The fouls have been more shooting fouls than anything else, as a lane infraction is going to be called on the Cardinals, which after a miss, Peyton Brown will get another free throw attempt at the stripe. So 1 more free throw coming up, and this one bottoms out and makes Peyton Brown now 4 for 5 officially. We'll call it 4 for 6 after missing that free throw. And Riley Long will check in as Peyton Brown takes a seat, as does Shaler Thane. All backups into the game for the most part for the Westside Pirates, as Rich Thompson comes up, drives the hoop, left-handed layup is going to roll off the rim, rebounded by Will Sims, and his layup goes down. Will Sims with 4 points, and the Cardinals find themselves back down by 18, 50-32. The Pirates to bring it forward outside near the half-court line is going to be Riley Long. Comes to his left, spins back to his right, goes to the wing, hands the ball off there to Quinn Fuller, who has it poked out of his hands. Remaining Pirate basketball as the Cardinals defense hounding the Pirates offensive players on the far side. 35 seconds left to go in this one, and it's all just a matter of waiting that clock down and what the final score is going to be, as the Pirates are going to move to 3-0 in District 5 play. With the ball is Ward on the line as he gives the ball off before passed into the near side, where taken by Nielsen. Nielsen gives over to Fuller. Fuller to the right side, held onto there by Braden Crouch, who now will move it around to the half-court line. 16 seconds to go. Fuller just using his dribble to dribble this one out. Cardinals not even pressing right now, and Westside is going to move on to a 50-32 win over the Soda Springs Cardinals in the second district game for the Cardinals. The offense really just never there, as they come away with a solid victory over the Soda Springs Cardinals, putting up 16 points in the final quarter of play, and the Cardinals lose this one again 50-32. Post-game wrap-up coming up on the other side on KBRV 800 The Bear, and online with live video streaming at mylocalradio.com.
There's an organization in southeast Idaho whose wildlife conservation efforts have been commended by the Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation, the Idaho Fish and Wildlife Foundation, and the North American Moose Foundation. Who is this organization? It's Monsanto. While Monsanto is honored by the recognition they receive, Their ongoing dedication to the environment is its own reward for all of us. Monsanto. Imagine.
Hey, America, we need to have a little talk. We've got a lot of food in this country. We've got so much food that we can't eat it all. So how are 17 million kids in America struggling with hunger? That's why the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks gathers surplus food and gets it to hungry kids who need it. Support Feeding America and your local food bank at feedingamerica.org. Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Here's a look at your Lalaton's food specials for the week of January 21st through the 27th in Soda Springs. They're having a Big Brands Big Deals special where you can get yourself cans of Campbell's tomato or chicken noodle soup for just 99 cents each. Or grab yourself 5 packs of Top Ramen for $1. And you can get 5 dozen Oakdale medium eggs for $4.69. And to wrap it all up with dessert, Fig Newtons and Oreos are just $2.99 a pack. That's all your specials for this week at Lalaton's in Soda Springs.
This is a test to find out if you know it all when it comes to children. Name one of the leading killers of U.S. children age 1 to 13. What's the best way to protect children in a car crash? At what age and size should a child start using a booster seat?
Don't assume you know it all when it comes to car seats for your child. Go to safercar.gov/the-right-seat and know for sure. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Welcome back out to the home of the West Side Pirates. Time for our post-game recap on this one as the Soda Springs Cardinals struggle offensively, and it wasn't just a slight struggle, it was a monumental struggle for the Cardinals in this one as they fall by a final score once again of 50-32. We'll take care of our play of the game first. That one, again, it has to go to Kyle Olson. His circus moves into the hoop, something that we learned from Brent Erickson early this year that he practices in practice on his ball handling skills on the way to the basket, and it came off to pay off for him there as he finished the night with 4 points, and all of those coming in the second half started off by that little circus flip up to the basket. That is our shot of the game, play of the game, brought to you by Trail Canyon Lodge Bed and Breakfast in Soda Springs. As the Cardinals come up with their, that is actually our shot of the game, brought to you by Gem Valley Surveyors. For all your surveying needs, call Wade at 208-425-9035. Our play of the game is a pass underneath the basket. Rich Thompson, standing at the three-point line, found Will Crest underneath the hoop and was able to learn a easy bucket for Soda Springs on the basket there, as that was a deuce that got the quarter started for the Cardinals well, actually. Against the Pirates. That's our play of the game, brought to you by Trail Canyon Lodge Bed and Breakfast in Soda Springs. Of course, all jump balls, we didn't have a single jump ball in this game, but all jump balls brought to you by Erickson Racing and Repair for all your automotive needs and snowmobile needs, as well as all your ATV repair needs. Give a call to Erickson Racing and Repair in Soda Springs. We did have a few jump balls. I apologize for not getting their name mentioned more during the game, but again, Erickson Racing and Repair is your main sponsor. We'll try and give them a couple extra name mentions in our next broadcast for the girls tomorrow night. As far as the official numbers for tonight's game, the Soda Springs Cardinals will we'll actually start out with the West Side Pirates. The victorious West Side Pirates were led by Josh King, really the offensive spark plug for this team. He had 8 points in the second half, including a 12.9 rebound night for the Pirates. That is actually a 14.9 rebound night. I miscounted on that one, as he really was the top performer for the Pirates throughout the game. Behind him, Peyton Brown also put up 8 points in the second half, and that ended up with him with a 12-point and 4-rebound game as well on the evening. The Pirates again coming away with the 50-32 victory. Other scores for the Pirates: 6 points and 6 boards for Tyler Meek. We hope he is okay after injuring his leg in the third quarter of play. 6 points, 0 rebounds for Kyle Nielsen. 6 points, 1 rebound for Shaylor Thane. 1 point, 1 rebound for Riley Long, and 5 points and 11 rebounds for Judd Ward. That was where his contribution was most felt for the Cardinals, as he was everywhere down underneath the basket, coming away with some big rebounds to help their offensive production there. 32 total rebounds as a team. The Pirates, maybe the other big stat of the night, 20 for 24 from the free throw line to really give themselves a lot of advantage in that particular area. And again, 32 rebounds on the night. They only turned it over 9 times compared to 18 turnovers for the Soda Springs Cardinals in this one. On the other side for Soda Springs, they were led on the night. Ridge Thompson with 11 points. He did have a little bit of a drought in the middle of the game, but 11 points and 3 rebounds is nothing to shake a stick at as he comes away with the leading scorer, 3 rebounds, also one of the leading rebounders behind a couple who had 6. 4 points and 6 rebounds for both Will Sims and Henry Workman. Workman disappeared a little bit in the second half of play, but part of that was because Joshua King did a very, very strong job defending him. Will Sims with 3 of his 4 points coming in the second half. He was one of the better offensive players for the Cardinals in that second half of play. Will Kress with 4 points and 3 rebounds. Josh Balls 2 points and 3 rebounds, and 3 points and 6 boards for Tanner Myers. Cardinals went 5 for 8 from the free throw line, 29 total rebounds in the game as well for a Cardinals squad that really just could never find an offensive rhythm out there on the court. They struggled from the short range, they struggled from the long range, and you hope if you're a Cardinals fan to find a way to turn things around in this next game as coming up for them, which is going to be at Bear Lake on Wednesday night. It should be, I believe, a 7:30 start for that game. We'll have it here on KBRV 800 The Bear. 18 turnovers for the Cardinals. That's the other problem they had. They lost the turnover battle. And they didn't just lose it, but they lost it early on as well, as the Cardinals, again, will look to try and bounce back moving forward. No sign of Brent Erickson for coming up here to talk with us as our post-game interview. We'll take a break. When we come back, we will take a look at her sports update. Michaela Cook will join us on KBRV 800 The Bear with live video streaming online at mylocalradio.com.
Cattlemen have a code of ethics. Live each day with courage. Take pride in your work. Always finish what you start. Do what has to be done. Be tough but fair. When you make a promise, keep it. Ride for the brand. Talk less and say more. Remember that some things aren't for sale, and know where to draw the line. The folks at Mound Valley Cattle Company in Thatcher, Idaho are proud of the students at Grace High School, investing in the leaders of tomorrow. The Mound Valley Cattle Company, 208-339-0614.
Man, do I love card night. You ready, boys? You got a king?
Go, fish dad!
Oh, come on! This is WWE superstar Titus O'Neil. The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today. Learn more at 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov.
Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
MyLocalRadio.com is Southwest Wyoming and Northeast Utah's top website and the best source for local area news, weather, sports, and community events. And that's not all. MyLocalRadio.com features thousands of photographs of Wyoming and Utah high school events, from speech and drama competitions to local events, sports and activities, and much more. Check it out today and see what MyLocalRadio.com has for you.
Come on, smile. Oh, honey, he's still not smiling.
Maybe he's not a smiler.
Yeah, maybe he's just not a happy baby.
Maybe he's just being a boy.
Or maybe he's teething.
Maybe it's just a phase.
Maybe he has autism, and we can definitely do something to help.
Maybe is all you need to find out more about autism. No big, joyful smiles by 6 months is one early sign. Learn the others at autismspeaks.org/signs. Brought to you by Autism Speaks and the Ad Council.
Welcome back to Westside. Once again, post-game show wrapping up. Again, Brent Erickson hanging out near the locker rooms. We're not going to force him to come up after this game. A tough loss for the Cardinals, 50-32 for the Westside Pirates. A struggle for them in this game, as the Cardinals could not come up with a field goal in the game early, and the Westside Pirates closed it out late after the Cardinals had their best offensive production in the game in the fourth quarter, 10 total points in that quarter. They never cracked double digits in any other quarter of the night. We'll jump into our interview now, though, as Michaela Cook, a member of the Soda Springs drill team, who is competing tonight up at, I believe, Idaho Falls, around that area. I think it's actually Rexburg is where they are at tonight. We'll have a chat with her on how the dance team has been moving along. We got to see their presentation of their dances last night at the home of the Cardinals. We'll see what exactly she has to say about the Cardinals team here on KBRV 800 The Bear with live streaming video online at mylocalradio.com.
Caleb Burgraff here with Michaela Cook from the Soda Springs dance team. And Michaela, you're finally getting ready for your first competition. It's been a long season so far without any competitions. How nice is it to be able to have that first actual chance to compete with other teams coming up?
It's stressful, but it's also very helpful knowing that this is pretty much just a practice before districts, which districts is the final thing to make sure if we go to state, if we don't do certain places, then we don't get to make it to state. So it's actually a really good thing so the girls can see how districts will be.
That's one of the nice things about dance that cheerleading doesn't necessarily get, where you guys have kind of that same schedule, but you guys actually have that warm-up. Is that big in going into districts where you can actually tweak and figure out how the girls are going to react into competition?
It's very big because the judges, we still get their score sheets back and they have their tips and everything like point your toes, do this, do that, and we go over it after we get the sheets. We do breakfast or we'll just wait and go to practice, and our coach, Sam, will sit there and tell us everything about what dance, what we had wrong in it. And so for having the first competition before districts, that'll be very helpful because then we can point out those things, point out the people, and fix everything overall as a team.
I know you guys were working on one of your dances with a lot of lifts and a lot of choreography that was going on that has to be symmetrical with everybody on the team. How much practice have you guys put into some of those dances? And when you have multiple dances, are there ones that you have to focus on more than others?
It all just depends on the technique and the girls. I don't know. It just depends on how everyone is. The mood is a big effect. It determines everything and whatnot. With the stunts, some of them are really easy and then some aren't. So we've had to have extra practices, like with our bigger stunt, so we'd have to stay after practice and do it ourselves. We have to watch the videos on how it is, and we have to study, I guess, our parts so we know exactly what to do and what we're doing wrong.
Which dance would you say is your favorite dance that you guys are getting ready for with this competition coming up?
It definitely have to be military or hip hop. Those are two of my favorites.
What kind of draws you into those, and then which one do you guys feel is best prepared for the district? If you had to put your money on which one will get you the most points at that competition, which one are you guys best set for?
Probably kick, as to where we're just finishing military. It could be military also because it's one of the easier dances, but kick would probably have to be the one for the money.
We'll wrap it up with this question, and that's, with you being a senior, how important is it for you to be able, and the other seniors on the team, not just you, but to be able to make it into that state tournament this year and make it into that state competition?
It's really important to all three of us because all 4 years that we've been on this dance team, we've made it to state, and it's just a big thing and it's so exciting and everyone would love to see it. Like, it's something that everyone should want to go to and want to go see. Even if you can't go to dance in it, just go to experience it.
District competitions is a couple weeks. You guys have your competition in Rexburg this week. Good luck to you guys, and thank you again for the time.
Thank you.
That was senior Michaela Cook from the Soda Springs Cardinals dance team. We apologize for the misspelled name on our video stream. That is all on me, as I again apologize for that. As some audio issues here at the home of the Westside Pirates there for a moment, as we want to again thank everybody for tuning in. Another sports update. The Grace girls again won 42-39 over Butte County earlier tonight in their game against their own Pirate foe. The boys, however, lost 68-58 as they dropped their first district play game of the season. They moved to 2-1 in District 5 play. Still on course to possibly get that top seed, though. As we look at the other scores going on in our other sports updates, the Soda Wrestling team went 1-2 over at the Aberdeen Duels. They beat Filer 64-28, fell to Kimberly 36-39, and lost to Ryrie 72-6 in a tough matchup against one of the top teams in the state. Here, the Soda Springs boys lose 50-32. We'll take another break, take a look ahead at what we have coming up next on KBRV 800 The Bear with live video streaming at mylocalradio.com.
One stop and get everything on your list. Gas, groceries, fresh deli items, lottery tickets, and all your fish and game licenses. Patterson Quick Stop in Soda Springs is locally owned and open 7 days a week. You can check the daily lunch specials every Monday through Friday on the Patterson Quick Stop Facebook page. When you need it quick, get it at Patterson Quick Stop in Soda Springs, 111 North Hooper. Go Cardinals!
So when you get to the corner of Smith and Orchard, you're going to want to take a left.
You are not going to
Then what you're
going to
do is turn onto Marcy Avenue.
Just broke up
and go past the first 3 lights
happy
and then
about
take
it.
the next left.
I don't really
then
think
drive 5
she's
more
happy,
blocks
but
and you should be
who
there.
am I to judge, right?
Park on the right.
That's
I'll
what
see
I
you
heard
later
last
tonight.
night.
It's hard to concentrate on two things at once, like texting and driving. Stop the text, stop the wrecks. How will you stop texting and driving? Tell us at stoptextsstopwrecks.org. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Whether or not you like winter, winter is upon us. There has never been a better time to convert to natural gas. Make this winter more comfortable and warm with a natural gas Lennox furnace from Reed's Plumbing and Heating in Soda Springs. The temperature outside doesn't matter. Keep your family cozy for years to come. For a new natural gas furnace, service on your existing furnace, or an in-home consultation, visit Reed's Plumbing and Heating today. 180 South 3rd East, next to the overpass. Reed's Plumbing and Heating. Natural gas worth asking for.
It may be hard to believe, but people just like you are already saving money. FeedThePig.org makes it easy. Their simple savings plan teaches you how to start saving without going overboard. So you don't need to start foraging wild berries.
I was skeptical, but these are actually pretty good.
You don't need to sell your soul to the devil.
$15 is the best I can do.
You just need FeedThePig.org. Don't get left behind. Get tips and tools at FeedThePig.org. Brought to you by the American Institute of CPAs and the Ad Council.
Welcome back out to the home of the Westside Pirates one final time here tonight as celebration on the way for the Pirates as they take the Cardinals down 50-32 to move to 3-0 in District 5 play and 9-5 on the season. The Cardinals drop to 9-6 on the year and 1-1 in District 5 action. As far as a look ahead, what we have coming up next, it'll be a busy day tomorrow. The Soda Springs girls basketball team is going to head on the road trying to bounce back from a loss to Marsh Valley, a tough Marsh Valley loss, 42-38 last night. They're going to take on the Bear Lake Bears. Pregame at 6:40, opening tip at 7 o'clock right here on KBRV 800 The Bear with live stream and video online at mylocalradio.com. Also going on tomorrow afternoon, the Grace girls and boys, the North Gem girls and boys are going to be taking on Mackey. That is going to be happening at North Gem, so if you can't make it out to the Soda Springs game in Bear Lake, then go ahead and check that one out as few updates from what the Soda Springs wrestlers are doing on their side of the court. One final break. No, that's actually going to wrap it up here for this one. KBRV 800 The Bear is a proud sponsor of Soda Springs Cardinal Athletics, and the proceeding has been a sports production and sports broadcast of Old West Media Incorporated and Cook Brothers Broadcasting. No portion of this can be rebroadcast or distributed without express written consent of Old West Media Incorporated. Tonight's executive producer is Val Cook. I would also like to thank our sales team as well as our office manager Kim Miller and general manager Warren Cook. Thanks to all of our sponsors and to you for tuning in. Once again, final score tonight 50-32. The Soda Springs Cardinals dominated on the night by the Westside Pirates here in Game 2 of District Play for Soda Springs. For tonight's videographer Ben Jacobson, I'm Caleb Burgraff. Till next time, let's go Cardinals. Let's go Caribou County.
We hope you have enjoyed this presentation of Caribou County basketball on KBRV The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com. Visit our website for a full schedule of upcoming games and for recaps of every game we have covered this year. Until next time we take to the air with Caribou County Sports, goodbye and good night.